Our certified technicians do the job right to get you in and out in no time flat. Hurry in for great deals on tires and auto services. We offer free tire rotations, free brake inspections, rebate offers on brand name tires, and a legendary price match guarantee on every set of brand new tires. Tire Outlet, wholesale prices, premium service.
Flickering lights and hot switches can be annoying. They can also signal a major problem or electrical emergency. So leave it to the pros and Mr. Sparky.
888-8 Sparky.
Your on-time electrician, Mr. Sparky of the First Coast.
Bob Arablo here, president of your Jacksonville Icemen. Thanks to the doctors and staff at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, our team is well taken care of. We're proud to be associated with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
This is Dr. Kevin Murphy. Our team at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists is ready to help you too. We'd like to thank the coaches and schools who trust in our team at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Relieve pain and get back to life. SOS. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Florida Home AC, the official AC partner of the Jaguars. Make them your AC partner with honest cost estimates before they start the work with no hidden fees. Call 777-4300 for Florida Home AC.
Hi, this is Lisa the Boatanista with the Freedom Boat Club, the smart alternative to boat ownership. My brother Mike lives a charmed life. Things always seem to go his way. Do you know someone like that? So I'm talking with my sister-in-law Shelly recently, and she shares this story. Last weekend, Mike walks into their bedroom holding 2 aspirin and a glass of water. What's that for? Shelly asks. It's for your headache, Mike says. I don't have a headache, Shelly replies. Gotcha, Mike says with a little grin. But honey, I need to get a good night's sleep. I promised you I would spend tomorrow getting the boat all cleaned up and ready for season. And it's gonna take a lot of work. Great news, Mike replies. I signed us up for the Freedom Boat Club today, so no more wasting time and energy on cleaning and maintenance. So, I guess the moral of the story is love wins again, or at least Mike does. Do you have better things to do with your free time than constantly cleaning and fixing up your boat? At Freedom Boat Club, we don't want you to give up boating, just all the hassles. Visit us at freedomboatclub.com.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwoods. Clayton, when a customer goes to buy a diamond, how do they know what they are getting?
Frank, that's a good question because what they know comes from the assurances given by the seller, and they can only judge based on the knowledge and reputation of the selling store. Now, over the last 25 years, I've seen some customers misled, and unfortunately, Underwoods was the bearer of bad news too many times. In the 1980s, we saw diamonds brought in with exaggerated grades and no laboratory grading reports. Then in the 90s, we saw some of the poorest cut diamonds ever, even though they had laboratory reports on weight, color, and clarity. Then the American Gem Society opened a laboratory and started grading diamonds for cut, and poorly cut diamonds got priced for what they were. Now we see diamonds from the internet and other places where diamonds are bought sight unseen with a lab report and a bogus appraisal. Unfortunately, not all those diamonds match the reports they're sold with, but how would a customer know? Probably today more than ever, the truest statement is, if you don't know diamonds, you better know a jeweler you can trust.
Registration is now open for the Greater Jacksonville Kingfish Tournament. Over $400,000 in cash and prizes, with payouts up to 20 places. Of course, there's awesome prizes for lady anglers. And bring along your junior anglers. Anyone can get in on the fun. Register today at kingfishtournament.com. Even if you're not in the water, you'll enjoy exhibits, food, kids' activities, and a fireworks display at the Greater Jacksonville Kingfish Tournament.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Coogan Nation. Time to rise and shine and start your day with Duval Sports Media Big Steppers. Dan Hicken.
You know it!
Jeff Prosser.
It's a big deal.
Gosh, it sure is a big deal.
And E to the T.
E.T. is in the booth. Rise and shine, Cougars go time on a Thursday morning. Big stepping our way through a custom tree surgeons Thursday. I will start with my apologies to one potential Guggen. I don't know, but if you were just at the corner of Hogan and Southside, no, my bad. My bad. If you're listening, my bad.
What happened?
Follow me right down Hogan. You saw me turn into the radio station. I had a rare running late by morning today, E, and so I may have made a turn that I shouldn't have made, thinking it was clear, and it wasn't quite clear, and I ended up kind of cutting off someone just a little bit. Now, I was able to speed up enough that they didn't have to hit the brakes kind of deal, but it was definitely that one was on me. So.
Hey, my bad, bro.
Yeah, that's my bad. If you happen to be listening still, because obviously you're a 6 o'clocker, that's on me. My bad. Middle finger me right now, collectively out there in the 6 o'clock land. Just shoot the host a middle finger real quick, and we'll move past it. How about that? I was thinking about this, and I wonder if the Jags think the same way, and then I wonder how the player in this particular case would feel about it. Do you feel any urgency at all with Evan Ingram and the franchise tag deadline coming up soon? I mean, are you like, oh my gosh, what's happening here? Why don't we have a long-term deal yet? Or would you rather, as a fan, just put it to bed on a one-year deal and see how he does this year?
Yeah, that's where I'm at now.
Right?
It's been taking too long. They ain't coming to an agreement. Yeah, we're going to see.
There's certain players in the league that are carrying a little bit more into this franchise tag stare down. It's always the running backs, or it feels like it's the running backs usually. And in this case, yeah, it's Saquon Barkley and it's Josh Jacobs with the Raiders. And those are two dudes who, you could here's the strange part about it, though, is this. As I understand it, maybe I need to read a little bit better. Once you get past July 17th, you cannot negotiate a long-term deal until after the season, correct? Intern John the Unkempt is nodding his head in there. Is that a official confirmation, or I think he's right? I'll go with him. I think that's it. I think that's why there is this deadline. You have to, or maybe if you sign that, you can continue. If you don't sign it, you play under it. Maybe that's it. Either way, we'll confirm that. We won't leave you hanging here until the research department this morning will be intern John the Unkempt. I expect an answer here in a couple of minutes. How about that? Point being, I just don't feel a lot of urgency with Evan Ingram. Look, he's going to have to play under that franchise tag or not play, and that's not a good move. If we've learned anything, it's not a good move. But my point back to the running backs, just real quick, and that's what's got me second-guessing myself, is what's the point of holding out if you get past July 17th then? Right? What's the point? So I guess maybe you work on a deal as much as you can. You do sign the franchise tag, and if you sign that tag, perhaps you then still can work out a long-term deal, because if not, takes that out of the equation, and, it's kind of July 17th becomes drop dead. Anyway, that was kind of my Jaguar thought this morning, driving in. Just so exciting to be a Jaguar fan right now. I mean, it just really is. You gotta work hard to find the glass half empty. I mean, you really do. Now, after this year, I'll say something similar to what I said last year. And the reason I bought in, pushed my chips in, and said, okay, I'll say 10 wins in the playoffs. The reason I did it, it's because that last offseason was the last offseason that we could just have blind faith that we did get a generational quarterback. Certainly didn't play like that in year one, had his moments. And so with the purge of that god-awful rookie year, the staff and everything else involved, the knowledge of what Doug Peterson can do, hearing from guys like Sal Paolantonio last offseason, remember how quickly Sal Pal told us, man, you guys got a winner down there. I don't think you know. He'll win a Super Bowl for Jacksonville. And it's certainly a good start. So last year, I pushed in. It wasn't like a bit. All right, I'm going to trust that they did get an Andrew Luck type and that we will see marked improvement this year. And this because next year at this time, look, if Trevor had just come off 20 touchdowns, 16 picks, and the Jags went 7-10, the blind faith had been used up, right? We'll still hope, but we're not expecting anymore at that point. So it's the last year you could push it in blindly. Yeah, this is the guy. I've been watching this guy forever. We know who he is, why everyone wanted him. So, yeah, I expect to see that this year, and lo and behold, you do. How does that tie in now? I feel that way kind of with the defense, right? I'm going to blindly push some faith that these very young core, man, second and third year players. The light flip said a point. Hopefully we got athletes and players that are good enough that when that happens, results come. And I get encouraged when I hear Louis Riddick, talk about Mike Caldwell and talk about the Jaguars and how he feels about guys that listen, nobody knows the Jaguars like we do here locally. Many of you listening to me right now know the Jaguars better than Louis Riddick. Don't get me wrong, okay? But that can also lead sometimes to us underselling our guys. It can. When we write every practice report and every box score, and while the NFL can get excited about Trayvon Walker and the number of pressures he may have had and the 3 sacks, we also saw 2 late idiotic personal fouls that helped cost us ball game. Right? I think we might undersell the Devin Lloyds and Trayvon Walkers and even some of the other players on this defense. So, but we'll see. After this year, I can't say that. We'll see. Year 2 under a system with what you hope are ascending players in their 2nd, 3rd, and 4th years. I'll push in on that defense. I've pushed in on that dime bet board on one aspect of it at least. That 35 sack total, I think, will be obliterated this year, but we'll find out. But to be able to rationally think these things in the middle of July is just so refreshing. Being a Jaguar fan has been about as oppressive as the weather this time of year for most years. You'll find your day, it's only going up to 91 today. Look at the humidity. It's only 65 today. You'll find little glimmers here and there, but for the most part, just oppressive. All right, meanwhile, those other franchise tags, they do matter. We'll talk a little bit more about that as we move along this morning. The Big 12 holding their media days, trying to still walk around like they don't have a couple of black eyes. That's what it feels like. You can't minimize the 2 programs in your league leaving. You just can't. The impact is more than dramatic, and it's completely shape-shifted the future of college football. And the Big 12 can walk up to the podiums with their Oklahoma States and Iowa States and TCUs and Kansas States and pretend like they're still on the same level of their peers, but they're not. They're nowhere near. And when it's official and Oklahoma and Texas, now granted, Oklahoma and Texas are still there this year, but much of the questions are about it being Oklahoma and Texas's final year. And gosh, when they join the SEC, then it just, not only is the Big 12 fractured, and I would believe dead. I just would believe dead. What's the flagship program of the conference? Who does it become? Is it Oklahoma State? Is it? Basketball remains more than relevant with the Baylors and Kansases, many of those other programs. But in football, does TCU try and corral the state of Texas and become it? You wouldn't think it's UCF or Cincinnati or Houston who they've added to, as a pitiful replacement for the brands of Oklahoma and Texas. So that's the storyline coming out of the first Power 5 conference holding its media days. I guess this year you would keep the Big 12 up there in the top, 3 conferences because you got Oklahoma and Texas playing those conference schedules this year for the last year. But, buddy, when those 2 leave, when the Big 12 holds their media days next year, the questions are going to be about viability as the big college picture is going to pare down one way or the other. I don't know. I don't know what number it's going to go down to, but it's going to go down, I would imagine. But with the increased playoff field, maybe it doesn't have to. Maybe you just make room for a couple of those, non-Power 5 teams. You give a group of 5, and let's go a step further. Let's go beyond the group of 5, and let's give the best of the, FCSs, whoever it is. If we're going to do it, let's do it right. Let's really make it inclusive. Right? Let's send, that leaves room for 10 of the Power 5s. If you guys can't figure out why, oh no, how come only 4 SEC teams made it, then so be it. Let's give one spot to the non-Power 5, and then let's give another one to that level in some sort, some form. SEC Media Days, I believe, are next week, ET. Is that correct, right? 1010XL, we'll flock. I believe they're in Nashville this year. Is that right?
I believe so,
Yeah,
yes, sir.
so that's a little bit different. Usually it's over in Hoover, Alabama, but they'll road trek it up to Nashville. The ACC meeting's also upcoming. What's that, the end of next week, E? Do we have that yet?
It's also next week.
It's
correct.
also next week, and we'll be there too. Is that Rick and Joe head up to that?
Rick and Joe.
Yeah. So we are going to load you up with college football preseason coverage. It's a fun time of year. We've been covering these preseason media days since the inception of the radio station. Now, if you're not a big-time college football fan, I feel you. You know, hearing that interview with the Mississippi State coach may not float your boat for that 5 minutes one afternoon, but we have an opportunity here, if not an obligation, with the staff we have and the resources that we put into covering sports as best we can for you, to go full bore on both of those activities. And so we look forward to it. You know, interestingly, in the ACC, is FSU going to be the pick? Will they be the pick to win the league? ACC is no longer in divisions. I would think that FSU has a really, really, really good shot to make it to that ACC championship game as one of the top 2 teams in the league. And should they win, I would imagine would get them into the playoffs, which is still 14 for now. We don't bump up to 12 this year. So that'll be the talk of the league, and I think FSU will be the pick, and I think it'll be because all things else being equal, let's talk quarterbacks. Clemson has a quarterback that they're excited about, don't get me wrong. FSU has one that's been, under center now for 3 solid years and is going into his final year and just keeps getting better and better every year. Can beat you with his arm, can beat you with his legs. And so Jordan Travis may just bump FSU past Clemson as the preseason pick to win the ACC. Because, again, all things being equal, I think you go with the better quarterback. That's what makes the SEC process so interesting this year. There is no quarterback like that. And so what does that mean? Does that just bode well for the Alabamas and Georgias who are breaking in a new quarterback? But you look around the league, there's no Joe Burrow sitting at LSU. There's no Kyle Trask down in Gainesville, or there's no Johnny Manziel at Texas A&M. There's no superstar prospect at another school. So does that bring them back in, or does it benefit the entire league that, well, for one, Georgia and Alabama, at least right now, don't have – something tells me by the end of the year that Carson Beck at Georgia and the Notre Dame transfer, who I believe ultimately, it won't be Milroe, it'll be the Notre Dame transfer, will get the job in Bama. And probably by the end of the year, they'll be the top 2 quarterbacks in the league, or 2 of the top 3 or 4. Right now, if I was just saddling one up to start, I'd probably go Jaden Daniels at LSU. I would think. His stats weren't overpowering last year. He only had like 17 touchdown catches. But year 2 in that system with all those athletes and LSU – improving still, that's probably who I would ride with. So, anyway, we got a bunch to get to, as we always do here on a Thursday. Glad you're along with us. It's Custom Tree Surgeons Thursday. I was out of town last weekend, but, I understand one of those 2 days, we got a fierce storm blow through the first coast. Is that right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, trees were down all over the place, and, I mean, like almost like being in a fringe hurricane for, a shorter amount of time.
Welcome to Florida.
Well, and welcome to Custom Tree Surgeons. Because if you were sitting in your living room monitoring the weather and a big oak tree that sits in the back left corner of your yard just fell over, you got issues. And Custom Tree Surgeons has answers, and you'll have the best customer service experience possible. That's so important with them and everyone you hear us personally endorse here in the morning. You're going to get great customer service. So it's Custom Tree Surgeons. Remember them if it's a pop-up emergency like we just saw, general maintenance, you can trim your trees for hurricane preparedness. And obviously, when you got storm damage and cleanup, always count on our friends at Custom Tree Surgeons. All right. I almost led with this, but I didn't want to lead with a soccer rant. I didn't want to lead with a soccer rant. You deserve better than that. We dug into some, tasty material with the Jaguars and Evan Ingram and the franchise tag, and the ACC and the SEC and the Big 12 media and the future of college football. But I mean, I got a soccer rant when we come back. We will be back with more. It's a custom tree surgeon's Thursday. We'll do today's hat reveal. E, can you see the hat I brought in? I've not worn that, have I?
Oh, no. This might be the first violation. Oh, no.
So, well, that means the research department in there needs to go through all the photos and see. Hey, I may have a trick up my sleeve. Settle down. I'm asking. All right? I think I've definitely worn it here before, but I don't think I've worn it.
We're going to do some research.
But I may have now that it's rattling around. By the way, I've determined, and we love you 6 o'clockers, and thanks for following along. We're boxing them up and bringing them in tomorrow. I made him so happy. It's like I've set him free.
Man.
Free of responsibility. Nothing like having responsibility lifted. Huh? The unkempt in there furiously scrolling through the photos. I did wear it. When? How long ago was it? What? A little less than halfway in. Oh boy. Yeah, this could be it. Thank God we didn't apply anything stupid like wheel spins. We're not playing that game. This is a fun little deal. I don't need that kind of pressure because I could have made sure. That whole box that I boxed up, that could be sitting in the back seat of my truck right now. That would defeat the purpose. Part of the purpose, I got so daggone many. See there, I can't keep up. I brought in a repeat hat. Son of a so-and-so. Let me see what I got in the car. Let's take a break. We'll be back with more. Thanks for being up and at 'em with us. You're listening to The Drill on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
Sports sounds better on radio.
I love it. I love it.
You get the most live sports on 1010XL.
This is Ellen Darley, and for almost 30 years, Darley's Plumbing has been known as a winning company for local homeowners, business owners, and our employees. And Darley's is an equal opportunity employer, now hiring for experienced plumbers and helpers. We provide excellent pay rates, great hours, affordable health insurance, and we've got plenty of work for you. So call us today, because we're hiring plumbers and helpers now at Darley's Plumbing, where quality counts.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
E.T. here for Brackish Vodka, Jacksonville produced and distilled. A gluten-free corn-based vodka is the smoothest vodka you have ever had. And because it's mineral salt filtered after being distilled 5 times, you get the smoothest vodka on the market. And it's made right here in Jacksonville. Brackish Vodka won the silver medal at the SF Spirits competition this year. But you need to try Brackish Vodka for yourself to believe. Drink like a local. Drink Brackish Vodka and live life salty. Come on, somebody.
Sports injuries are a common issue for both adults and children. Dr. George Barry here, and as a specialist in orthopedic care, the team at Barry Orthopedics and Sports Medicine here in Jacksonville provides comprehensive diagnosis and treatment of all types of sports injuries. With additional training in sports medicine and more than 30 years of experience, the team is available to care for your entire family and help you have fun and stay active. Visit us today at BarryOrthopedics.com.
And don't forget to check out Breaking Bones Sunday morning, 7:30 on 1010XL.
Registration is now open for the Greater Jacksonville Kingfish Tournament. Over $400,000 in cash and prizes, with payouts up to 20 places. Of course, there's awesome prizes for lady anglers. And bring along your junior anglers. Anyone can get in on the fun. Register today at kingfishtournament.com. Even if you're not in the water, you'll enjoy exhibits, food, kids' activities, and a fireworks display at the Greater Jacksonville Kingfish Tournament.
Sail away with Captain K.
That's a fish right there, 100%. We got a fish on.
Captain Kevin and the Ring Power Fishing Forecast Show.
Keep on working it.
Brought to you by Houston's Meats.
Thursday nights at 6
on 1010XL AM.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwoods. Clayton, when a customer goes to buy a diamond, how do they know what they are getting?
Frank, that's a good question because what they know comes from the assurances given by the seller, and they can only judge based on the knowledge and reputation of the selling store. Now, over the last 25 years, I've seen some customers misled, and unfortunately, Underwoods was the bearer of bad news too many times. In the 1980s, we saw diamonds brought in with exaggerated grades and no laboratory grading reports. Then in the 90s, we saw some of the poorest cut diamonds ever, even though they had laboratory reports on weight, color, and clarity. Then the American Gem Society opened a laboratory and started grading diamonds for cut, and poorly cut diamonds got priced for what they were. Now we see diamonds from the internet and other places where diamonds are bought sight unseen with a lab report and a bogus appraisal. Unfortunately, not all those diamonds match the reports they're sold with, but how would a customer know? Probably today more than ever, the truest statement is, if you don't know diamonds, you better know a jeweler you can trust.
Yo, this is Tony from Tony D's. Are you looking for a great slice of pizza? Well, we have about 12 varieties. Most places won't have slices of pizza after lunch. At Tony D's, you can get a slice all day. It's always fresh at Tony D's Pizza. Bay Meadows and 295.
Hello, this is Father Nicholas Lowe, and I want to talk to you about not being afraid of the crosses of life. Life can be difficult. Maybe today you're carrying a cross of worry or stress. Let me encourage you to remember that when Christ got on the big cross at Golgotha, he destroyed all the little crosses that we face in our life. He set us free from fear, worry, and anxiety. Our job is not to be carried by the cross, but to be carried by our faith.
For more inspiration, log on to stjohnthedivine.com.
If your lawn is not as green as you'd like, it's time to go orange by calling Orange Environmental Services, Jacksonville's highest quality pest control for over 45 years. Frank Frangie here. I've trusted Orange Environmental to take care of our home's pest control needs for years. With the Orange Shield Protection Plan for your home or office, you can relax knowing Orange Environmental will handle pest control, termite control, and mosquito control. Orange Environmental has been giving Northeast Florida peace of mind from bug problems since 1972. Call them today at 272-3284.
Summer Nights, presented by 1-to-1 Financial, is an evening affair benefiting Boys and Girls Clubs of Northeast Florida. Saturday, August 26th. Enjoy an evening at the beautiful Glass Factory as you sip premium cocktails, dance the night away with live swing music from Bold City Classics, taste delicious dishes from local restaurants, and win exciting auction packages. For details and tickets, go to tinyurl.com/2023 Summer Nights.
Wondering what you're going to do for dinner tonight? Southern Steer Butcher is a full-service butcher, and we grind and make sausage in-house every day.
Now open in Ortega. For tasty tips and juicy breasts, choose Southern Steer Butcher.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars, protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555, Jacksonville.
With Anthony Richardson at quarterback, his athleticism just opens things up for Jonathan Taylor. This team, I think people are, really sleeping on. So it's going to be tougher for Jacksonville to win that division, and that's, why you kind of like them, because they have had experience of fighting through adversity. Like you said, they were 4-8 last year before they went on that run. Now they have the confidence that they can go in and win every game, and they're going to need that confidence, that level of, mentality to really compete.
That's a dude named Emery Hunt. Writes for The Athletic, founded Football Game Plan, Pro Football Writers Association, Football Writers Association of America. It's not some basement blogger. And last night on Hacker After Dark, says he likes the Colts to win the South. Colts. Oof, I'm going to have to see those credentials, sir.
Let me get that back.
Yeah, you have to show them. You have to show me your credentials. All right. I would consider personally the Titans to be the biggest threat, personally. Let's see what happens with DeAndre Hopkins, too. I mean, if he lands with Tennessee, that's another sign that they're going to try and make one more veteran run, right, and ride with Tannehill and Derrick Henry. Treylon Burks showed a lot last year. Now, he got banged up, didn't play all year, but they're excited about him up there, and maybe for good reason. And so a second receiver could go a long way. They had that tight end that was getting better. He had like 8 touchdowns against us, it felt like. What's that dude's name, remember? Young cat. Where's he from, like Arizona maybe? I say 8 touchdowns. He may have scored twice in the game up there. Yeah, go ahead. Good luck with that. We ever get a franchise tag deal? What's the story? Look at intern Johnny Unkempty's come through. What's the story?
So basically, he does have to sign the franchise tag if they don't do an extension by July 15th to get paid. But, you know, you think back to the Le'Veon Bell situation, and players do have till week 10 to sign something of that extent in order to play that year. But there's no rules in place saying he can't sign an extension during the season. But based off of history, guys will usually play on that franchise tag, and teams will try to renegotiate or they go to a different team.
Gotcha. It's about what we said then. Be honest with you. And we were kind of playing off the point that I wonder if the Jaguars kind of feel like what I feel the fan base feels like, and that's not a whole lot of urgency with Ingram. Here's the tag. I don't know what we're offering him. I don't know what the Jags obviously are offering him a long term. But if it does ultimately come down to just playing under the 1-year tag, hopefully we get that same Evan Ingram that was such a bright spot in particular, really starting with that Tennessee game down the stretch. So we will see on that. All right, the prospects of the Jaguars, having to play home games in another stadium is real. That's happening, whether it's Gainesville, whether it's Daytona, whether it's Orlando. I feel like we're still gravitating around these same 3 sites that we talked about when this topic first came up. And so that tells me it's going to be one of these 3. Again, one thing I like about Daytona, and I don't know what the polling says. I feel like talking to y'all is pretty much just mixed. I feel like for the most part, there's a slight lean Gainesville, and I think that's because of the proximity. I don't think there's a Gator part of wanting them to play there. I could be wrong, but I don't feel like Gator fan wants the Jags to play in Gainesville because they're Gator fans. I feel like if they are also Gator fans, they want the Jaguars to play in Gainesville because they're familiar with it. It's easy to get to. It's prepared for all the parking and all the other things that you need. Gainesville probably makes the most sense, but also keep in mind that they've got some renovations scheduled down there, and I don't know how they will work around that. So, to be honest with you, if I was laying a favorite, I would bet Gainesville is the favorite. Now, yesterday afternoon, the Frangie Show was kicking around this topic, right? So they were taking calls and where people want to play, and I don't know, it's kind of a tired argument to me. We've all heard, right, by now. We know each and every argument. Sometimes someone, though, makes an argument that, by the way, that you're entitled to, but it just seems so flawed in its statement. And so yesterday, I guess as much as one can kind of go viral, we posted a certain caller. It's had 45,000 views. It's been commented on, and basically the gist was it was a Georgia fan, and if they play in Gainesville, he's not going to go. So my thought on that is that's just silly. It's just silly. Hey, let's fast forward, Georgia fan, and the college football playoff now includes a round or 2 of home games, and let's just say in a particular year that you wind down and Georgia has to play Florida in the Swamp. We're not going to go because of the building, because of who plays there. Now let's completely eliminate the college passion because there is none here. This is an NFL game. So the couple of things to me, my couple of responses would be, 1, that's just silly. And 2, harsher and more judgmental, then you're not a Jag fan, boss. If going into in the world care, I don't know about anyone else, but if my Atlanta Braves could play all 7 games of the World Series at Dodger Stadium, let's go. Put me on a plane. If the Jaguars were playing the Super Bowl that's one you could use. Say your team goes to the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl that year is in your arch rival stadium.
In Nashville.
I'm not going to that game.
Crazy.
Right. I mean, that's what it is. So it's totally separate. And, it's just silly. I mean, Florida doesn't even, they don't have a financial stake. You're not supporting Gator Athletics. What's easiest for Jaguar fans, more than anyone else, listen, I'll get and go by either a responsibility or desire to wherever they put it. 2 are much better to me than the third. Orlando would be a disaster. It'd be 3 hours from your doorstep to get inside the stadium. No, not Orlando. No. So that leaves Gainesville and Daytona. I would like the uniqueness of Daytona. I think that'd be cool.
That'll be my top. That's not my number one pick.
But you got ready-made with more seats than you use. You got a football stadium right there in Gainesville. So I can certainly understand if you land there, but at no point at all would where the Jaguars play, as far as who else plays there, would it discourage me. That's no different than if a Jaguar fan called up during this segment that they're taking calls and says, well, I hate NASCAR. If they go to Daytona, I'm not going to any games. I hate Denny Hamlin. Oh, I can't go to Daytona. I just hate Denny Hamlin. I hate NASCAR. Points for school pride, my man. I mean, obviously you love your dogs. I get it. But, and by the way, I'll add another layer to this. Oh, yeah? I don't believe you. I don't believe you one bit. If you are a season ticket holding real Jaguar fan, and the Jaguars with Trevor Lawrence in 3 years have the number 1 seed and are in the postseason playing down there in the swamp, yeah, I don't believe that you won't step foot in the building. But for effect, bravo, my man. All right. So here's my rant. Tell me where I'm wrong. I know where you are. You're not a huge soccer fan. I mean, you kept up as, much as we need to. I have a little more soccer knowledge. I'm not a passionate soccer fan, but as y'all know, my son-in-law is soccer. That's his sport, and so from the world stage and the international matches to the different professional leagues, I at least have some of a working knowledge of soccer, a little bit more than what a lot of people have. And I did get into the soccer a little bit during the lockdown, during COVID. So they were playing over there. It was the only sport that was going, and so anyway. But so tell me, if I'm intern John the Unkempt, what about you? You soccer fan at all or no?
I got into it a little bit with the World
Cup.
But
so you're our level. It's not like you have, it's not like it's up there in your favorite sports by any stretch. So here's the way I remember it, and ET play along with me. The way I remember U.S. soccer was they were getting better. They qualified for the World Cup. They even did well in the World Cup. They advanced out of the group stage, and then I can't remember. I think they may have won a game and lost in the 8.
That's what I remember.
Right, something like that, right? But a program on the rise, right?
Decent, yeah.
Young stars coming, and then it ended with some controversy. The Reyna kid, Gio Reyna, whose father played on the U.S. national team, there were accusations against the U.S. coach, and he was removed, remember?
Yep.
So we went without a coach. And the way I understand it is, then they did some roster shuffle, and they got good news that one of the top young talents that could have played for, I think maybe United Kingdom, but he could have played for another country. He chose the U.S. We are hosting the World Cup next go-round. So I would imagine that the U.S. team is being built towards their smashing debut on the great stage worldwide in soccer. I would imagine they're really pointing and targeting towards, what would that be, 2026 in the World Cup here.
Okay.
That's when you're going to, and everything we do until then, right? They'll win this cup and that cup and, tell you how improved they are. In fact, they've now brought back the old coach. He's back again, from what I understand.
Yep, he is.
And there's also this, in fairness to how this story is going to conclude, I don't know the roster manipulation. They don't always play all their best players. They put some young guys in replacement for some of these different attorneys that they play. But they're playing in something called the CONCACAF Gold Cup. And I'm told the U.S. has won their last 3 or 4 CONCACAF Cup tourneys. And so they're playing yesterday in the semifinal, mind you. We're not in the finals. We're in the semis of the CONCACAF Gold Cup. I even heard it rationalized as I was driving in this morning that they were playing in San Diego and it was, quote, hot. And after a tough win over, Canada, which I believe went down to penalty kicks, perhaps they were just exhausted, being hot and all. Apparently Panama was playing in the air conditioning because they took on the great nation of Panama, which has like 10 people. And so here's the U.S. machine with all of the power and backing behind it, apparently riding a wave of influx of talent and optimism, all pointing towards World Cup hosts. And dare we shock the world and win the World Cup and announce our arrival? Let's hope it goes better than it did in the Gold Cup semi, where we lost to Panama last night, gang. Panama, which is like the size of Rhode Island. And it does beg the question. I'm not trying to be elitist. How in the world can the United States lose to Panama in a sport? What is the... I'm not even... I've been to Panama, by the way. Shout out. I've vacationed in Panama.
Yeah.
And it's an awesome place. Love the Panamanian people. God bless you. I got more respect for you today. But what's the population of Panama now? Huh? About the size of what? L.A.? Intern John the Unkempt, more research. I need the population of Panama, please. Be a roundabout number. I'm going to guess 7 million people. That'll be my guess. Hey, maybe it's more. I mean, there's Panama City. That's about it, isn't it? In Panama, 4 million. Smaller than our cities, bro. 4 million. All right, let's eliminate 2 million, just men and women. Now we're down to 2 million. Let's eliminate those over 40 and under 10. We're probably down to, 20, 30 guys that are eligible to play. And we lost to Panama. And I know the soccer apologists will come at me now and tell me, oh, we didn't have this guy, that guy, the other guy. This isn't the team. Okay, I hear you. Panama. Again, all due respect to the Panamanians. Bravo. Well done. Hombres, well done. But this is, thank God no one's paying attention and no one cares. This is The Drill. We'll come back with a football fix. You're listening on a Custom Tree Surgeons Thursday.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
This is Brent Musburger's Visa in Action update on 1010XL. Brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing and Septic Services, a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
The Tampa Bay Rays are plus 210 to win the American League. Right now, they have a 2-game lead over the Baltimore Orioles in the AL East. Tampa Bay also plus 450 to win the World Series. The Rays will open up the second half of the season on Friday night in Kansas City, a 3-game set against the Royals. It starts a 6-game road trip, which will also include a stop in Arlington for a series against the Texas Rangers. The Atlanta Braves will kickstart the second half of the season at home Friday as they take on the Chicago White Sox. Atlanta, the betting favorite to win the World Series at plus 360. This update brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning, a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm Tony Desiri with your Visa in Action update on 1010XL.
When it's hot and you know it, clap your hands. When it's hot and you know it, clap your hands. When it's hot and you know it, and your sweat stains really show it. When it's hot and you know it, call the Duck.
AC broken at your home or business? Stop clapping your hands, pick up the phone, and call Duck Duck Air Conditioning, the mechanical contractor pros when it comes to getting your AC unit working again. 904-862-6769. That's 904-862-6769. Duck Duck Air Conditioning, a division of Duck Duck Rooter.
Chronic joint pain has a snowball effect. It's not just the pain.
What that did is just make me depressed that I couldn't get back into the gym, and I was inactive, gaining weight. I had to find another alternative.
And for Chad, that alternative was QC Kinetics and the non-surgical natural biologic treatments that can give lasting relief to aching hips, shoulders, knees, and backs.
Once they explained it, it made sense. Putting what we have inside our body back into us in a certain strategic way to heal up in a natural process was fantastic.
QC Kinetics treatments take place right in the office. No downtime, no surgery. And as for the outcome,
I'm just back to bouncing around, having fun, doing my work, living pain-free.
Don't let chronic joint pain rob you of your quality of life. Discover advanced regenerative medicine at QC Kinetics. Call now to learn more. It's a free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 904-274-5522. That's 904-274-5522. 904-274-5522.
Tired of the same old places for happy hour? Downtown's best is at Bellwether. It's Tuesday through Saturday from 4 to 7, with the exception on Friday when happy hour starts at 11 because why not? For all you late-nighters, Bellwether offers nightcap specials on Friday and Saturday from 9 to 11. Want a snack with your cocktail? Bellwether has a unique bar food spread. And guess what? All metered parking is free after 6 and weekends. That's Bellwether Downtown.
The IRS has just received $80 billion in funding to hire additional agents for aggressive collections enforcement. If you owe the IRS, now is the time to take action before the IRS comes after you or your business. There's no time to waste. Call J. David Tax Law, a firm right here in Jacksonville, for a no-cost consultation at 904-507-4777. That's 904-507-4777. Or visit jdavidtaxlaw.com. Peace of mind is only a click or phone call away. Have a cup of coffee with Jacksonville's favorite son, Tony Baselli. Breakfast with Baselli. Brought to you by Epstein & Robbins DUI Defense Firm. Monday morning on 1010XL. Breakfast provided by Chick-fil-A.
Big Chief Tire is committed to giving back to the community we proudly call home. Frank Frangie here. This year, Big Chief Tire is partnering with V for Victory, a local nonprofit dedicated to supporting families impacted by cancer. Stop by any Big Chief Tire location through July to participate in our school supplies drive for local cancer patients. Bring a donation and receive 10% off your service of up to $50. For a full school supply list, visit BigChiefTire.com. Help us keep Jacks rolling.
Prosser here for Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. With the weather now hot as can be, look ahead and get that backyard ready for fall with a new open air or screened-in enclosure. Maximize the space you have and make it great with Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. They truly are the best in the business. So if you have the space and the idea, give them a call today. Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. Showroom just off Phillips Highway. Tell them Prosser sent you.
Whether you are looking for a job or an employer trying to hire, there's only one stop in Jacksonville, Remedy Staffing. Labor trends keep us guessing. As employers, the job market's been strong. So what does that mean for workers' availability? If you're interested in the workforce solutions or how the Remedy team can help you, call or text Crystal at 904-329-9802. 329-9802, Remedy Staffing.
You don't have to be a football star to get a signing bonus. The team at Republic Services needs your skills, and they're paying up to $5,000 for you to join the roster. You'll be joining a winner. As an essential business, the Republic Services trucks have not stopped rolling with hourly and weekly pay and better benefits and vacation packages than the rest of the league. Driver trainees, $1,000 sign-on bonus. CDL drivers, $3,000. Diesel mechanics, $5,000 bonus. Join the winning team at Republic Services today. Visit republicservices.com.
Equal opportunity employer. This is Keith Catlin for Catlin Truck Accessories, and we are so blessed to be in business for over 100 years. Over 100 years of the best product and customer service means you can count on Catlin. From Roll and Lock bed covers to Lear toppers to cam locker toolboxes, Catlin Truck Accessories has you covered when it comes to your truck or van. We do those too. Got a fleet of vehicles? We can outfit them all.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
One name, one location, 100 years. You can count on Catlin.
Mark Watson with Hardball Creative. Youth sports are getting back into full swing, so you know what that means. Custom Yetis so dads can keep their beer or sodas cold. Check them out at hardballcreative.com.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all.
This Saturday, witness the thunderous clash of two Rugby League titans. Your ratified credit union Jacksonville Axemen take on the Atlanta Rhinos at 6:30. Tickets start at $10 and free for kids under 13. Get showdown details at jacksaxemen.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, welcome back this morning, a Thursday morning brought to you by Custom Tree Surgeons. This is leadable, really.
Leadable.
Leadable. It broke yesterday evening about 6:30, 7 o'clock. Probably, to be honest with you. This one's on me. It probably should have appeared before 6:50 this morning. Finally. Two-time Super Bowl winning coach Tom Coughlin is among the 60 semifinalists announced yesterday for the 2024 class into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. It's about damn time, man. Shockingly absent from the discussion these last few years. and something we've been screaming about since this list was first announced a year ago. So, yeah, let's get into some discussions. And while we're at it, and I know the Jags are up and listening, let's make a big part of unveiling our new stadium, adding Tom Coughlin's name to the Pride.
Mm-hmm.
Any objections?
Nobody.
Every player up there owes a big tip of the cap to Tom Coughlin and why they're there. And that seems like a no-brainer to me. So, anywho, the Hall's 12-person seniors committee trimmed its list of eligible player nominees to 31. This is the group of semifinalists player-wise that hadn't played since 1998. And then separately, the Hall's 12-person coach contributor committee reduced the list of nominated candidates to 29 semifinalists. Coughlin, of course, coached the Giants for 12 years, 2 Super Bowl victories over the almighty Pats. Also on the list, another 2-time Super Bowl winner with a real similar resume, Mike Shanahan, who also should be in the Hall of Fame. Back-to-back titles for Shanahan, 97, 98. But what are Coughlin's career wins? He's probably got more wins. Shanahan had 178 wins. That's nice. I bet you Coughlin had more than that. I bet he does, doesn't he? I would bet he, what do we got here? Tom had, 6 seasons here, another 11, 17 years.
237.
Yeah, 237, huh? Wow, that's a big number. That separates you from Shanahan. I mean, where are we going to go to, right? I mean, Tom, by the way, guess who he beat in the most famous win in franchise history?
Oh, Bill?
Shanahan.
Oh, did he? Oh, here, right?
Jaguar-wise, I mean.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So, yeah, certainly the 2 Super Bowl wins. But, yeah, I know Jaguar-wise, it was going out and upsetting Elway and TD and Shanahan and the Broncos. So he's got, 50 more wins almost. So, yeah, get in line, Mike. Yeah, I think you got a Super Bowl resume, but good, finally, to see, Tom Coughlin on that list. He should go in. I don't know the rest of the coach contributors that are up for it. Don Coryell's going in this year. He should have been way behind Tom Coughlin and Mike Shanahan. I don't understand the Coryell love fest at all. Good coach. I mean, not a single title. Not even an appearance in the title game. Come on, man. But was revolutionary, so to speak, especially when it came to the passing game. All right, fire up the band. Let's give you a few more things from the NFL. We'll talk more about Tom and his chances. Let's just bust right in right away. Let's go. But certainly, though, that is good news for the Jaguars. All right, many of you out there, you know them, you love them. It's those Bucs creamsicle uniforms, right? That's what they wore when they first came into the league. And when I was a kid, the Bucs were wearing those now much anticipated throwback uniforms, and they will be back this year for the first time since 2012. Little photo shoot yesterday included a former Gator quarterback, Kyle Trask. Those original jerseys were worn from 76 all the way through 1996. In fact, I can remember the Jaguars taking a trip to Tampa in the expansion year, 95. Eric Rhett was playing for the Bucs then. And the Bucs were still in those creamsicle uniforms when the Jags first came into the league. They've had this current scheme now going for quite a while. The Bucs stopped holding their throwback jersey game when the NFL mandated the same helmet must be worn the entire season, and that would not fit, obviously, but now you can also throw in the different helmet, and so there you go. It will be the October 15th game against the Detroit Lions. Ooh, that's a good uniform day right there. I get that Honolulu blue. That Bucs throwback. I don't know why I get excited about silly things like throwback uniforms, but well, I'll be interested to get at least some of the critique from the quarterback's documentary. I admit I haven't started watching it yet. Did you watch any, E?
No, not
yet. I
yet.
didn't either. Hicken will have.
He probably binged the whole thing.
He may have. It was not a big sports day, was it? In other news, does anyone watch the ESPYs anymore? Do you watch the ESPYs at all?
I do, but I just didn't even know that it was on.
Yeah. I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it at all. I got nothing for it. It's silly to me. I mean, it doesn't. Pro sport. We know who all the winners are. We just watched them play. I don't need you to tell me that the Chiefs were any more impressive than the Nuggets. Whatever, right? They're all tied. But they lose me too when they do their silly statements and they don't honor. I mean, who's more courageous? I'm going to ask you all a question. Who's more courageous, the U.S. women's national soccer team or Peyton Hillis?
Yeah.
Who would you want dragging you? I mean, Peyton Hillis saved 3 kids from
You're right.
drowning,
Yeah.
went into a coma for 2 weeks. I mean, and by the way, there's not a more supported, buoyed, protected sports team in American history than the U.S. women's national team. No one has been treated better, protection-wise.
Oh yeah, they're definitely darlings.
Spoken for wise, the whole thing. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe the guy dove into the surf, saved 3 drowning kids, and put his own life in jeopardy. In fact, I think it was even on life support, right, or coma or something.
Yeah.
I mean, anyway, I digress. I didn't watch the ESPYs is probably the bigger point. It'll be the Jets appearing in the 2023 Hard Knocks, which at this point wasn't really much of a secret, was it? I mean, they are by far the most intriguing of those teams that were available between just adding Aaron Rodgers. There's no between anything. They added Aaron Rodgers. They have an up-and-coming team. Maybe it's even a little more dramatic that their coach very, very badly did not want to do it. That's Football Fix. You're welcome. It's brought to you by the Jacksonville Sharks. Caller number 2 right now. Caller number 2 gets 4-pack of Sharks tickets for this week's games. And other than that, go to jacksharks.com and get yours today. Hick and Arrival more come your way next. It's a custom Tree Surgeons Thursday on The Drill.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here. The home of the home team you grew up with.
You could not stop Jimmy Smith now. For 4 or 5 years in this league.
Looking for Jimmy in the end zone.
Please play him one-on-one.
Jaguars, pride forever. 1010XL.
Here's Linda Beaver.
Who's your hero? Before you answer Superman, I don't mean those heroes. I'm talking our local heroes. Do you know one? Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevrolet want to recognize your hero in a big way. This year, we will recognize local heroes in our community and honor them with a brand new car. That's right, we'll be giving away a brand new car, cash, and free oil changes for life to our local heroes. Visit localwowheroes.com to nominate and vote today. Let's wow our heroes.
You will love your new custom windows and doors from Renewal by Andersen. For a limited time, get $289 off every window and $589 off all patio doors. Plus, no money down, no payments, and no interest for 18 months. Enjoy the beauty and quality that only Renewal by Andersen offers. This offer expires July 31st and restrictions apply. Renewal by Andersen, the official window and door replacement partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit rbafla.com. License number CGC 1527613.
Hey, gang, you know we love trivia. I got some trivia for you. Did you know that only 2% of U.S. beef is graded prime? ABBQ is the only Northeast Florida barbecue restaurant that uses only prime brisket and slow smokes using only wood. The slow-cooked prime brisket cooked using only wood produces the most succulent, mouth-watering brisket you'll ever taste. So come and experience the prime brisket at ABBQ, where the taste is always unforgettable. Visit us today. Satisfy your cravings for the best barbecue in town at ABBQ. Come meet and drink with us.
Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
If you want to get into broadcasting, 1010XL is partnering with the Broadcasters and Sportscasters Mentoring Group to offer on-air broadcast training to a select few. Find out how you can be mentored at getintobroadcasting.com. GetIntoBroadcasting.com.
Run to the Jacksonville Sharks for their fight against the Albany Empire this Saturday, July 15th, 7 o'clock, ViStar Arena. With tickets as low as $15, you can't find this kind of affordable fun anywhere else. It's Halloween and July night, one of the faves. Wear your best Halloween costume for a chance to win the best dressed prize. Enjoy Halloween movies. Visit the 13th floor haunted house postgame. Shark Tank this Saturday, July 15th, 7 o'clock, ViStar Veterans Memorial Arena. Call 904-621-0700 or go to jacksharks.com. Prepare for a fright. Fins up.
Hey, this is Jason with Bueller Air Conditioning. Why do we love to go to that awesome grocery store where shopping is a pleasure? Why do we choose that amazing chicken sandwich where the service is fast and friendly and it's always their pleasure? You see, those brands are a promise. Here at Bueller Air, our team is committed to serving the customer and delivering that same kind of brand promise. Our mission is to be the most trusted brand with friendly and professional service every single time. Give us a call today or visit BuellerAir.com.
Men, are you suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE? The medical providers at Prime Men's Medical Center offer breakthrough treatments that eliminate problems in the bedroom without pain or surgery. 98% of men see instant results on their first office visit. Listen to a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Prime Men's Medical Center offers breakthrough medical treatments that eliminate ED and PE. Men are even lasting 90 minutes or longer, regardless of age or medical history.
But that's not all. For a limited time only, call Prime Men's Medical Center now, and your initial consultation and first treatment are completely free. You'll see instant results right in the office. You'll even get a gift that enhances your performance in the bedroom. All this, worth hundreds of dollars, is free if you call now. 904-664-8217. 904-664-8217. That's 904-664-8217.
Life a little expensive right now? If you need cash, Beaches Jewelry and Pawn in Jax Beach is ready to buy. Gold, silver coins, and flatware, guitars and guns. Beaches Jewelry and Pawn wants to buy them. See Chuck and get extra cash only at Beaches Jewelry and Pawn.
This is Hayes Carline for QC Kinetics. It's time to take control. Don't give in to that constant joint pain. Take back your quality of life today with QC Kinetics. Call them today at 904-274-5522 to set up an appointment at their Mandarin or Ponte Vedra locations. Take control with QC Kinetics. No surgery, no drugs, no downtime, no more pain in your knees, hips, shoulders, or back. QC Kinetics takes your body's own healing agents and concentrates them in the area where you have pain. You can repair and restore damaged tissue naturally through regenerative medicine. The summer is here. You need to be out there having fun, making memories, golfing, walks on the beach, enjoying your life. Take control now and start living pain-free. No surgery, no downtime. QC Kinetics has locations in Mandarin and Ponte Vedra. Call them today at 274-5522. That's 274-5522.
This is your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update brought to you by Monahan Jewelers. I'm E.T. Hayes Carline recently joined Jaguars today and had some comments on left tackle Cam Robinson.
Yeah, I think Cam Robinson will be the starter in Week 5 at left tackle. So I think Cam Robinson goes back to left tackle, and then I think it gets interesting. I would put Walker Little at right tackle, and I would make the rookie Anton Harrison the swing. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but I have confidence in left guard in Barch and Shatley. You know, so, and I don't really have a lot of confidence that Walker Little could play left guard. So that's what I would do, and that's where I think it's probably going to end up.
You can hear that interview in full by simply heading over to 1010XL.com and clicking on the On-Demand tab. Currently it's 7:04 and it's 77 degrees. Your time and your temp is brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Ladies and gents, please put your hands together as Dan Hicken enters the studio.
I'm a cowboy on a steel horse I ride. I'm wanted, dead or alive. You know it. Yes, sir. Woo!
Yeah! Steel horse you ride, huh? Come in on a train today, did you?
You're darn right.
Next stop, Pottsburg, baby.
You're darn right I binge watched it. You're
Yeah.
darn right I
The whole
did.
thing? All 8?
I got through it all.
He's done the whole thing.
Doggone right
I knew
I
it.
did.
Yeah, I know my guy. Yeah, overall, thoughts?
Not as quite as good as I'd hoped. It was good, but not as good. Here are my thoughts, though. I have a few thoughts. This is the Quarterback on Netflix. Definitely worth the watch. Definitely worth the watch. Like,
how would it compare to, say, like,
I
the
think the
full
golf
swing?
one was better.
Yeah.
But it was good. It was really good.
I hear you.
And if it was Trevor, I think I would have soaked it up more. Here are my thoughts. Mahomes, he's the GOAT. Family, BSC. I mean, I can't deal with
That's something crazy.
Hey, God bless Mahomes. Got to see the house getting built, which was cool.
Yeah.
The house is now done. We saw some pictures of that.
Yeah.
What a house. And the ironic thing about Patrick Mahomes' 2023 season is that I think his two biggest plays of the year were running the ball. The two most important plays for Patrick Mahomes this year were runs. Against Cincinnati, when he took off and he got pushed out of bounds, and that let him get the field goal to win the game. And against Philadelphia, he went on a bad wheel and he went up the middle. The scene where they took him out
against the Jags
is epic. And I mean, shows the dog in Patrick.
And now, does this move chronologically?
Yes, and we don't waste our time in training camp. We go right to the season, which I kind of at first I was like, oh come on, but it worked out for the best.
Okay.
So, but that and we've played a little bit of that, but he.
You're not taking me out. Hell
no.
Hell
no. No,
and it's
I'm good. I'm good.
And he's got that high-pitched voice. It almost sounds like a little kid screaming at his little league coach.
He's not good, but he's not coming out. He is a dog, man. He is he's the best. He is the best. Mrs. Mahomes, God bless her, she had the little baby during the season. They seem to have a wonderful relationship. Different strokes for different folks.
Is she part of the BSE posse?
Probably the leader.
Leader.
Yeah.
He furrowed his brow and gave me a slow nod.
I don't want to say this because Pops is a Met, but I think Pops. Now he's at the game, so I'm sure he's unwinding. But I think Pops was half hammered every time I saw him. I mean, I think every single time I saw Dad.
I mean, that's Big Pat.
Big Pat was into the drink.
Well, that'll happen. You're sitting in all those luxury boxes,
For
right?
real.
Yeah.
They keep bringing you in.
Imagine being Big Pat, man.
Yeah.
Oh, they love you.
Yeah, they love him.
Sure.
He loves his boy.
What about his brother?
They did stay away from him.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's probably good.
He was in some. They never did anything with him.
What? He was doing TikTok videos in the back.
They did. He show up in shots, but you not one word about him in the whole thing. Not one word. So
I bet you there was stuff in. Well, there's probably stuff in there that they had to edit out when all this stuff happened.
So that's Pat and the journey of this season and what he went. I mean, Andy Reid's genius. You see a little bit of. It was good. So then you go to Cousins, who I like more than I did before. So the series made me like him.
You like that?
He's just a cornball though. Like he doesn't quite fit in today's NFL. And so you know what I mean? Like, and I learned one thing, and they brought this in pretty late in the series. And I wonder if people will react to it in Minnesota. He does not do football on Tuesdays. None.
It's his off day.
Zero.
It's his off day.
And it's his off day. And it's important to his wife, and it's family time, and he does not do football.
You just mean as far because Tuesday's an off day around the league.
No studying. Yeah. No.
He get that check.
But
that comes Tuesday.
Yeah.
That goes right in.
But quarterbacks are different. And if you watch the series, that Manning's intro is dead on, man. It is the toughest position.
Yeah.
It is so hard, dude.
Yeah, everything going on.
And there's so much work. And I'm not judging Cousins on the fact that he doesn't do Tuesdays, but I bet the other guys do Tuesdays. And so and I'll tell you another thing. Having to learn,
Shiny object.
Shiny object.
Oh. Somebody made a mistake.
Well, those aren't yours. You can't.
What do you mean they're not mine?
Keep them.
Why not?
Dan's just found a big stack of some sort of gift card. He's so excited. He's just
they're gift cards.
Just look at them.
Somebody made a mistake.
What do you mean? Are these RZ?
You look like it.
That's what I thought. We'll go over that in the break. That'll be discussed later.
I got a thimble of character. What's wrong with you?
Looks like our name's right on there. as he reaches over.
No, I'm going to do the investigating. I got to take inventory here because scofflaws go ripping people off.
So anyway, but you know, Cousins is a good dude, man. He's a good dude. He does it the right way. And I'll tell you something else. You want to talk about a memorable season? You're reminded the Vikings had the Buffalo game with the JJ catch.
Yeah.
And the unbelievable last 2 minutes where it went back.
Mm-hmm.
And then they had the greatest comeback in NFL history against the Colts. Remember, they were down 33-0
Oh, yeah.
against the Colts and came back and beat them. 33-0 at the half, or 35-0. So it was the greatest comeback in NFL history. They won 13 games, and part of the thing,
and we knew all along they weren't any good, and they went right out in the playoffs.
Well, see, that's the easy way. But when you invest into the series in the year and you see everything that they go through, you don't know that.
But at the time, we did.
So
and it was right.
It was right, but it's 50-50. It came down. So because they made a big deal out about Cousins' primetime game. Remember his primetime games, and then he beat New England to win it was like I don't know what day it was. It might have been the Thanksgiving game. But anyway, he beat New England, and they honored him. I like the coach. They did a lot with the coach, and the coach talks to Kirk a lot, and they interviewed him, and he was good. O'Connell, he seems like he knows what he's doing. So it's and then they played the Giants, and you know they scored 24 points, but it came down to a fourth down play. It was like 4th and 8. And
Is this the regular season? Didn't they play
the
him
playoff
twice?
game.
Didn't they play him back?
Yeah, they beat him in the play. They beat him in the regular season towards the end. But then they played him in there, and they need to score to tie it, and they're going down the field, and it's 4th and 8, and he throws a 5-yard pass to Hawkinson, who gets tackled, and he doesn't make it. But nobody else was open. He was going to get hit. He did. They showed him get hit, and he took some shots during the year, man. There are times where he's just like, oh.
Those guys do get credit.
His
it's like
ribs.
standing in traffic. It's like getting hit by a car going about 20 miles an hour.
And the way that they all invest in their bodies and get worked on constantly. And so then there's him, and then you wrap with Mariota. And I think Mahomes is the GOAT. I liked Cousins even more. I felt sorry for Mariota. It was sad. It was sad, man. I mean,
dear.
You probably know their season better, but like the first game, they just needed a first down to win their opener. He fumbles the ball. The second game, he makes a bad pick. And then he played some good football for him. He did okay.
He is what he is. He's a backup quarterback.
And then he's not in the last 2 episodes because he quit.
Yeah.
Remember, he quit at the end?
Yeah.
And so,
but they had named Ritter the starter.
They named Ritter the starter.
And then he
his
quit.
wife has a baby. His wife is having a baby. He's not at the facility.
Mariota's wife.
Yeah. The next day they call him in and say, we're benching you. It's a tough business, man. It's a tough business. And so he's like, and he was the man the whole year. So he gets benched, and then they show the news reports where he's disappeared. He went to Vegas, and so he goes to Vegas because he has more family and friends there, and ends up explaining why. He said, I thought I was doing everybody a favor by getting my knee taken care of, getting out of the way, blah, blah, blah. But it didn't look good.
So
he ends up signing with Philly, by the way, in the offseason.
Did he start like 14, 15 games? Mm-hmm. You got more than enough shot there, buddy. Move along.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
You can't be disgruntled, but you're lucky you got another shot.
Yeah.
And you had a shot. And by the way, Falcons had some weapons.
Yeah.
They weren't the best team in the league, but they weren't the worst. You got Drake London and Pitts, and that Cordero Patterson is a good player.
Algier
was great. Yeah. So that was just sometimes you get that one last chance and you just learn, this guy ain't a starter.
And I'll tell you something else. In going through the games, I can't tell you how many games in the NFL. We all know this, but when you watch this series, it'll go fourth quarter, 28-25, 1 minute left.
Yeah. It
always comes down. I mean, almost always comes down to that.
We say it in the press box almost every week. The Jags or the opponent jumps out 14-3.
Yeah.
And they have the ball. We'll look at you and say, you know what? Fourth quarter will be a one-score game.
Yeah.
It almost always.
It's how it works. It's
now,
amazing.
sometimes the team that's trailed will get it to one score and the other team will immediately answer. I'm not saying it always comes down to the last second, but at some point of the fourth quarter, and it feels like 90% of the NFL games, it'll get within a score late, and then who can execute, who can pull it off. And last year, the Jags, perfect example, right? First half of the year, they lost every one of them. Last half of the year, they won them.
Yeah. So it's well done. It's worth the watch. It's good. I enjoyed it. But man, that's kind of my takeaway. Mahomes is the best right now. He's a dog, man. He is a tough. I mean, that ankle and him running on that ankle, just impressive. Cousins is goofy but cornball, but you kind of you want to root for him to get something. He's got a house in Michigan. I guess it's their house that they go to. It's in Michigan, and he had this room built where he's got almost like a secret door. You push the door open, and it's his trophy room because he didn't want it in the middle of the house. He thought it was, so he likes to keep, but it's very well put together, and it's got spots for everything. And
hope he left some open.
They all have that. They all have that.
More coming.
They all have that shelf for the Lombardi Trophy. Mahomes has his in his new house. Cousins has his. So it's interesting.
I was thinking,
and then go through the real life because Mahomes' wife was expecting, Mariota's wife was expecting. Cousins has 2 boys. So it was.
I bet she gets pregnant on Tuesdays. That's my.
Yeah,
she
probably does. They go for walks. That's what they told us.
I was thinking about this I haven't watched it yet. I will, but I was thinking about it. I was thinking really about Mahomes and about Peyton.
Uh-huh.
Look, quarterback's been the most important position. You could argue. Go back to Bart Starr, Joe Namath. Go back as far as you want. So no one's saying. But we are in. It is a new era, and I was wondering who was the beginning, and I think it is Peyton. Maybe it's Elway.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's graduated another level now where often championship teams and great teams are there a lot more exclusively because of the quarterback. Steelers won 4 in a row. Terry Bradshaw's a great steward. They had tons of talent around him. He wasn't willing and carrying them to championships.
Right.
Troy Aikman was fabulous in Dow, but it was Emmett and the offensive line and Diva. We're to the point now, and maybe it was Peyton. If you don't have, for instance, there are teams and eras and championship teams that you could argue could have won with other good quarterbacks.
Perhaps.
Whereas now, if you didn't have Brady, the Bucs weren't winning. If they didn't get Brady,
I think it'll happen again. But
yeah,
I agree with you.
It's fewer and further.
Yeah.
It's even more important.
Yeah.
Like an unbelievable. If you have a best GOAT Hall of Fame,
I'll tell you something else. They did a little segment on the verbiage. Good God, man! I mean, the play calling is just so
different language.
But they all do it, so I always sit there and go, "It can't be that hard."
I'm sure there's just triggers.
Cousins learned from Nick Mullins. Taught him. Nick Mullins was a backup and taught him to say record each play into his phone, and then play it back, and then that way it's like he's hearing it from the coach, and then he can repeat it. Which was kind of a cool idea. Then he's driving home and he's going YZX, scat back, Omaha 36 double barrel, meatball. I mean, it just some of them just go on and on and on and on. And then I like Kansas City because they give them some weird names. Like, do you guys remember the play? It didn't work, but I think it was in the Super Bowl where they all circled around the offensive lineman.
Yeah.
And the idea was that
was late in the year. It wasn't the Super Bowl. It was against the Raiders.
Cincinnati. No, it was late. It was either Cincinnati or the Super Bowl. But they all circle. It didn't work. So they all circle around the offensive lineman because they didn't want the I think it was the Eagles. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the Super Bowl. They didn't want the Eagles to know that he was eligible. So they circle around, and then they all break, and then Mahomes goes, well, I saw the guy immediately point. I got him. So he ended up throwing the ball away out of the end zone.
Week 18, it was the season ender against the Raiders.
And so it's a different play.
Oh.
And I'm almost
okay.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, Chiefs hit Ring Around the Rosie dance in an amusing play versus Raiders.
They were asking him, see if they did one in the Super Bowl that didn't work. And then they were asking him the play call. He goes, well, he's a big collector of Pokemon, so we call it Pikachu. So I mean, that's a kind
of. But I mean, the other team would never know.
Yeah,
and he would know that's for him.
Yeah. So anyway, but it's just it's really a good look into playing quarterback, and it does give you a feel for a lot of what they go through constantly, and it's a lot of work involved, man. You gotta tell you one thing, you gotta absolutely love it. You gotta absolutely love it to be at that level, to be that good at that level. Because Cousins made some unbelievable throws during the year too now. Some unbelievable throws. So anyway, we'll talk about that. I saw our guy TC's up for the Hall, so
yeah,
I'm pumped
finally.
up about that.
time, right? Yeah, that's good.
So
I have a. Okay, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, he'll be one of the. There's 29 guys, semifinalists.
Did you
for
see
one
the other?
spot.
Did you see the other?
Well, they named the 4 that are. To me, it's
Shanahan and Coughlin. Who are the other 2?
Kraft and.
Kraft is also included. They can't both go.
No.
Yeah, Kraft will get in first.
Yeah, I don't think he should, but.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I have a couple of updates.
Mm-hmm.
Real quick, because we forgot to do it. Activate your YouTube. Let's just put the hat on, take it off, and move along.
Oh.
It's an earlier bit. You probably have this hat. This is a promotional we got somewhere along the way. Luckily, I found it in my golf bag because I brought a repeat for the first time today. Heck, you'd be proud. This was probably when the Korn Ferry Tour Championship was out at AB or something. So that's what we got. Again, we almost failed. We're boxing them up tomorrow. 6 o'clock. I'm done.
Yes, sir.
We'll bring in everything you got.
Yes,
right?
sir.
We'll motor through. We'll kill an hour tomorrow. How about that? So there's that. What do you got? I see you're sporting one of the brands. All right.
Shout
Shoot
out
for
Austin
2.
Hayes.
JU.
Yeah.
All right. And I've got an update too on the greed, the sticky-fingered crew here that I work with. I think whoever left these here would say, knock yourself out. You guys go split those up. Yeah.
What, they expired or something?
No. You enjoy your tea or your milkshake.
Milkshakes.
That's what they're for, yeah. Brings all the boys in the yard.
They
Back
do.
with more next on a Custom Tree Surgeons Thursday.
Now, Downtime with Dan, brought to you by Ameris Bank. Whether you need help with business, personal, or mortgage banking, we're with you. Ameris Bank is an equal housing lender. Member FDIC.
Yeah, I'm pumped up for Tom Coughlin. I think it's a no-brainer, and obviously he's a Hall of Famer. He should go in immediately, and hopefully he will. But for him to get into the list is good. It's a different category. It's not the players. It's coach contributor, and they only take one each year. So it's one person. It's where, Coryell got in or Jerry Jones got in. And so now the question will be, can Coughlin get in ahead of Shanahan, or will Shanahan go in ahead of Coughlin? There are others deserving as well. So we'll talk about it a lot throughout the morning, but it's a positive step for a no-brainer Hall of Famer. Again, greatest win in Jaguar history, greatest playoff upset ever. Oh, yeah, and beat Belichick twice to win 2 Super Bowls.
At Ameris Bank, we're invested in the success of your business. Our local bankers are ready to help you improve your cash flow, optimize your operating accounts, and access financing when you need it. From treasury services and digital banking to loans and lines of credit, we offer tailored solutions to help your business thrive. At Ameris Bank, we're with you. Visit amerisbank.com/withyourbusiness or walk into one of our branches today to get started. Ameris Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. All loans subject to credit approval.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
Hey, fact, we all want to feel better, especially when our joints hurt. Maybe you're stuck on the sidelines. You want to get back, though, in the game of life, but you can't right now because you're just hurting every single day. My friend Dr. Alan Nathans at Nathans Family Chiropractic come into play. He's got a no-needle regenerative clinic for people with degenerate arthritic joints, bone-on-bone knees, shoulders, hips, more. You see, he uses no needle, soft wave tissue regeneration technology. It activates your own stem cells. It grows brand new tissue. You get long-term results. Don't do another cortisone injection. After a short series of treatments, you're back to your favorite activity. Look, we're all living longer, man, but we want to live healthy, man. You want to be able to golf in your 60s. You want to be able to go for walks and work out in your 70s, man. So if you're not feeling right, and you know if you're not feeling right, and you're frustrated, go see my friend Dr. Alan Nathans. It's drnathans.com. He'll set you up. That's drnathans.com.
Hi, this is Dale Murray from South Georgia to Central Florida and coast to coast. The Murray Ford Superstores are still putting the customers first and cranking out the deals those big city dealers can't touch. It's no wonder everybody's driving to Murray Ford Superstore to purchase their new vehicle. It's simple. If Murray Ford Superstores doesn't have it, the manufacturer doesn't build it. Plus, you get a 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified new and pre-owned vehicle. Shazam! Holy Jesus Aruba Batman. man, how do we do it? There's no reason for your purchase to take all day, running around with those big city dealers and being flim-flammed with those big city prices. Nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. And we'll trade anything from aluminum cans to minivans. Be American, buy Murray Ford Superstore. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray, in Stark or Kingsland. I'll be waiting for you. And remember, at any Murray Superstore, it's all about you. Shazam!
Craving a cold one? Well, zip into one of the great gate locations you see all over town and pick up a cold Bud Light, or a Natty, or an Ultra, maybe a 12-pack of the King of Beers, or some cold Coronas. It's all happening at your local gate convenience store. Slide on in today.
Want great drinks at a great location without paying outrageous prices? Players Grill has you covered. Monday through Friday, happy hour from 3 to 5 p.m. $15 bottomless mimosas on the weekend. Players Grill Miramar, where the neighborhood meets.
It's the show made especially for Jags fans.
That's the kind of talk I like to hear.
With Mike Dempsey, Fat Tony, and E.T.
I like that, man. I like that.
Jaguars Today, every weekday from 10 to noon.
From the Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute studios.
On 1010XL.
Hey, this is Stevie Beechurst of Beechurst Plumbing. Growing up in Jacksonville, I was always proud when my dad would point at a building and say, I did the plumbing for that. That's the same kind of pride we instill in every plumber here at Beechurst Plumbing. And that's the kind of pride you can expect when you hire Beechurst Plumbing for your home or business. Right now, we're doing summer specials to get your project going. To find out how we can help you, visit BeechurstPlumbing.com. BETROS Plumbing.com. Beechurst Plumbing, here to help.
Hey, poker fans! Christmas in July is back at Best Bet this month. From July 12th through July 23rd, we're paying out over $260,000 in cash, with high hands increasing daily up to $2,300 every hour. Plus, chances to win a 7-day cruise valued at over $3,000. Don't miss all the excitement of Christmas in July. Visit BestBetJax.com for more details. That's BestBetJax.com.
The Jacksonville Eye Center's vision is all about your vision. Vision correction for all ages. From an early age to your elder years, being able to see clearly is just a phone call away. Call 355-5555 and say hello to Dr. Robert Snipper. With the latest technology and advancements in vision care, the Jack's Eye Center can help you from top-line care, glasses, contacts, to expert LASIK procedures and cataract surgery. See what you've been missing at the Jacksonville Eye Center.
Registration is now open for the 1-to-1 Greater Jacksonville Kingfish Tournament. Over $400,000 in cash and prizes. The first place fish wins a Contender 25 with twin Yamahas. Tournament payouts up to 20 places large and 20 places aggregate. Of course, there's big cash prizes for lady anglers too. First place junior angler wins an Ohana skiff with motor and trailer. Register today at kingfishtournament.com.
This is Keith Catlin for Catlin Truck Accessories, and we are so blessed to be in business for over 100 years. Over 100 years of the best product and customer service means you can count on Catlin. From Roll and Lock bed covers to Lear toppers to cam locker toolboxes, Catlin Truck Accessories has you covered when it comes to your truck or van. We do those too. Got a fleet of vehicles? We can outfit them all.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
One name, one location, 100 years. You can count on Catlin.
This is Dr. Chris Swanson. When your sports injuries flare up, come where athletes are treated like pros. Southeast Orthopedic Specialist.
This is Verlin Dormany, head coach and athletic director of Trinity Christian Academy. We're proud of our relationship with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. Take it from us at Trinity Christian. When you need orthopedic care, call on Southeast Orthopedic Specialist.
Relieve pain and get back to life. SOS. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Life is about choices and the decisions you make. I'm David Robbins with Epstein & Robbins. If you're convicted of a DUI, you'll have to face severe consequences. Walking through the doors of the courthouse or appearing at a bond hearing can be extremely intimidating. Without the right lawyer, you're likely to make the wrong decision. Let our team help you make the right decisions in court. Epstein & Robbins, the right choice.
Epstein & Robbins, fighting for your rights since 1975.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. The 10-minute drill.
This is a big one.
Is brought to you by J-Dog Junk Removal. Veteran owned and operated.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
On 1010XL.
Hit it.
Yeah. 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 Sports Concepts and Rationalizations coming your way. It's a 10-minute drill. After we drill you, we like to hand out a prize pack. What are we doing this week?
A bunch of expired gift cards.
Okay.
On top of that, we got a $25 gift card to ABBQ in Atlantic Beach. Holla at your boy.
I like it.
Shout out to
a
Guggen, who is so addicted to the drill that he's on vacation right now in the Caymans, and he's sending a shot of that he's listening, watching the drill as he stares out at the Caribbean. And then he tagged it with, "What the hell is wrong with me?" To stay in touch.
God bless you, man. A little bit jealous.
I'd be nice.
Jealous that you just get back from vacation?
I'd like to live on vacation.
And a cushion day?
And a cushion day.
Oh, yeah.
The series gang, we've talked about it a ton, but if you're just catching up, it's called Quarterbacks.
Yeah, Netflix.
Netflix called Quarterbacks, and there you go. I asked this of ET. I'm curious to see what your answer is. I imagine it'll be the same.
Mm-hmm.
And I would think that the Jaguars probably feel the same as I do, what I think you do, and what most fans would say, although the player involved probably doesn't feel that way. But with the franchise tag deadline bearing down on us, do you feel like personally any urgency at all that something needs to get done with Evan Ingram?
No.
Yeah, me either. I don't think the fans do. I don't think the team does. In fact, as a fan, as we sit here, wouldn't you rather at this point that he just play 1 year, let's see it again, and then we'll make a decision?
I kind of wish they'd sign him personally, but
what would you be willing to do? I mean, would you be willing to sacrifice a chunk of salary that will need to go to someone else?
Well, I don't know. Do they need it?
Well, here's the deal. I would say this.
Uh-huh.
Let's use this as an example. Say you rip up, you give Evan Ingram the world, what he wants, 3 years, $40 million. I don't know what the going rate is on tight end. Let's say 3 years, $40 million, and 18 guaranteed, whatever it is.
Okay.
And then he has a year. Well, we won't even qualify what kind of year it is.
Okay.
And then on the other side of the football, you have another guy who's playing essentially on a 1-year deal. And what if Josh Allen has 15 sacks?
Yeah.
Right? And then you give yourself the financial. How does Britton Strange? I guess my biggest
Evan
question.
Ingram showed up in the top 10 of the ESPN list.
Well,
so I mean, we finally got somebody there. We got him at number 8.
I mean, I guess what I would say is I wonder if just how forthright the Jags are being and trying to do anything long term, and if their preference wouldn't be, as we said, for him to play 1 year.
They drafted a tight end in the second
exactly.
round. That's
right.
the thing that makes you.
Yeah. But he did do that in Philly, and Ertz and Goddard played together for 2 or 3 years. That wasn't like a show Zach Ertz the door moment. So, we'll see. But I just.
Top 4 tight ends in receptions, receiving yards, yards after catch.
Especially the second half of the year because he didn't do much at all the first half.
Yeah. They always say he creates mismatches. I think he's a good football player. I think you want to keep good football players, so I would sign him. But
yeah. And I'm not opposed to it. I liked Evan Ingram. He was awesome.
I'm sitting here scratching my head wondering why we haven't made a trade for Aaron Donald yet. I'm not kidding. Would you give up next year's first-round pick for Aaron Donald?
Yeah.
I would too. Mm-hmm. How much do you have to pay him? I don't know.
I'd have to see what I'm getting to. This is a guy that's a couple years in a row has contemplated retirement.
This might get him going, I mean, they say he's the best. D-line is not great by all measurements.
If you can get me Aaron Donald and everything fits, sign me up. You bet.
Sometimes you have to say.
You'd have to probably
Sometimes you have to make everything fit. You can't just say, well, everything doesn't fit. The Rams made everything fit.
And now they're going to be bad for a few years.
And they got a Vince Lombardi trophy.
Winner.
We go back to that a lot. Would you trade?
Well, it would make even more sense for the Jags because as long as you have Trevor to build around, you're never going to be far away from built.
Right.
The Rams have an old, hurt quarterback. That's one of the reasons, in addition to having to get rid of some of these higher-priced players.
Could you pay Aaron Donald for,
1 year, $25 million or whatever they make?
Yeah, whatever he's,
Well, my question, too, would be what how much do you give up for that 1 year window? I mean, I'm sure you'd like for it to be more than 1 year. I don't know what his current contract status is. They redid his contract a couple years ago, right? He should be in the middle of a huge deal. Probably what is.
Yeah, I feel like they're always redoing his contract.
I just feel like he's in the middle of whatever they're paying going right. What does that position make now? $25 million a year? Is it more? I don't know. Very few tackles, though, over the history of the league
can command.
He's signed through 2026.
Yeah, so he signed for a while. Would you give up, Devon Hamilton and a couple of firsts?
I don't know.
I mean,
if he wants to play, I mean,
well, that's another.
Yes,
thing.
I would. By the way.
Yeah.
Yes, I would.
Sure, that should be your answer.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
I mean, I'm just throwing that out there, but I'm not.
Right. That's
my point is,
that's hardly in the rumor mill.
My point, right? My point is, why? Why? Let's go. Do something. Make our team better. Keep going. Don't stop.
Well, I think there will be
push us through.
I think there'll be one more addition.
The Chiefs have the defensive tackle at 15.5 sacks last year.
Right.
He made a big diff.
They drafted him though.
Well, yeah, draft and develop.
Got to find the guys. The Jags have hurt themselves. Those late first-round draft picks on defensive linemen, Taven Bryan, Caleb on Chason, that hurts, right? I mean, we need Chason to be going into year number 4, coming off of an Arden Key year.
But the tight ends are out, and Kelsey obviously is the number 1 guy, and Kittle's number 2. And Mark
Kittle,
Andrews,
really? I'm surprised Andrews isn't 2, to be honest.
Number 3. Dallas Goedert is 4. Darren Waller is 5. T.J. Hawkinson is 6. Kyle Pitts is 7. He was 4th last year.
That's too high for him. He has been a disappointment
last year.
Yeah, been a disappointment.
1,000-yard season his rookie year, bro.
Yeah. Well,
that's not disappointing.
He's been a disappointment for the Falcons, for sure. What did he do last year in year 2?
He missed 7 games. He was hurt.
That's disappointing.
Yeah, it's still disappointing.
Yeah, what did they do in the 10? I mean, he had no stats last year. He had no impact.
Yeah, no touchdowns.
Okay, so...
It was disappointing.
We
I'm
sat
telling
here and
you.
just talked about it. They had Marcus Mariota, who was not any
Sure.
good, and Desmond Ridder, and I mean, I'm pretty sure Kyle Pitts is pretty good. If he's
No
got
one's
a
not
good
saying he's
quarterback.
any good. I'm saying he's been disappointing. He's the highest drafted tight end ever.
Yeah.
It's a disappointing start. Who was drafted around him? I bet you they've done more than that.
His first year wasn't disappointing.
No, it was okay. Yeah.
1,000-yard season? How many rookie tight ends have a 1,000-yard season?
How
None.
many-
So that's okay.
1,000. Yeah, it is. It's okay.
all
Yeah,
right.
a 17
Oh,
game
gosh,
season
all right,
where.
geez. All right.
Yeah. What? Give me his
So
whole
no rookie,
numbers.
He did something that no one's ever done.
Give me his whole.
But that's
his
just
whole
quote,
numbers.
Okay.
I think he had like 4 touchdowns his rookie year.
Yeah, he hasn't scored a lot of TDs, I guess, right?
Yeah, I watch a lot of Atlanta Falcons games.
Yeah,
A lot.
yeah. And I saw him running wide open I saw him running wide open deep in the quarterback Netflix series, and I saw Mariota overshoot him by 5 yards. So, but anyway, Evan Ingram is 8th. Freiermuth is 9th. Dawson Knox is 10th, and then honorable mentions are Dalton Schultz, Njoku, Fant, Higbee, Hunter Henry, Cole Kmet. Teams have weapons teams have.
I tell you what's interesting about that. After you get past 4, they're all the same. You go all the way down to 15. Others receiving votes, and they're not much different than.
But they're all good, They're all they've all made plays. Like Cole Kmet, I thought had a pretty good year last year. He had 7 touchdowns, 50 catches. He's an honorable mention guy. But that's a pretty good, So Knox.
What was Cole Kmet's stats?
50.
And how many touchdowns?
7.
Kyle Pitts, his rookie year, had 1,000 yards, 1 touchdown.
Yeah, that was it. Hunter Henry.
Well, he fell off quick. I mean, there was some like juice around Hunter Henry at one point that he was.
Here's one. Others receiving votes. Josh Oliver, still around. Now on the Vikings, by the way. So, but yeah, so the tight ends are out. I'm just happy we got a Jag in the top 10 or something. Makes me happy.
And ironically, he's the one that's only locked up for a year, if that. But again, I see where the Jags are going. I think maybe for your flexibility of really making a decision after this season.
But I see his frustration too, because they said, "Hey, come down here and prove it. If you prove it, you'll get a deal." And he came down and he proved it, and then he doesn't get a deal, and they draft a tight end in the second round.
If that's exactly what they said, but
Well,
yeah,
I'm sure they said something to that effect, right? He said, "I'll gamble on myself. I'll take a 1-year deal. I'll show what I can do, and then I'll be a free agent." Well, you're not going to be a free agent because you did too good, so we're going to franchise you. Well, then why don't you sign me? Well, we can't sign you. We just drafted a tight end in the second round. It's they all know it's a business, man.
I'm trying to see what the tight end. I mean, Darren Waller's the highest. He makes $17 million a year.
Yeah, he was disappointing last year.
Evan Ingram right now is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now it's just a 1-year deal as opposed to some others. But
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe the 9th highest paid tight end in the NFL.
And he had the 4th best season of any tight end, I believe. I just read, right?
$11.3 million is what he would make. You get the high water is $14 million or more. That's Andrews, Goddard, Kelsey, Kittle, Waller.
So he just wants to move up into that.
I think he just I think he would even take his 12 a year, but if he could get 3 years and $36 million, right? That's
I don't know.
the deal. These guys have that's their average per total value. You know, Kittle's $75 million, Kelsey's $57, Goddard's $57.
It's all about the guarantee.
Right, and his total value for Ingram is $11.
Yeah, it's all about the guarantee.
I think you could shoot for like what Dawson Knox got. He gets 4 year, $52 million total, 4 year,
Yeah.
$13 million, something like that.
Yeah.
But it does. My point being, though, it doesn't feel like there's any urgency around making sure that's done.
No, I think that day will come and go, and it looks to me like it's full steam ahead on the franchise. We haven't heard of any quote furious negotiating.
No, right, that's what I mean. There's been no
Jets-
urgency about
the
it.
Jets with Williams.
Yeah.
they want to get a deal done.
Yeah, and the running backs, obviously, they're always in this position, but
Yeah.
Jacobs and Barkley,
Yeah.
those are the two that you really monitor what they might do.
But you don't hear much about this one.
Right.
So, but maybe we're wrong. Hopefully they are. I mean, I think he deserves it, but we'll see. We'll see. what
Kyle
happens.
Pitts, actually the second rookie tight end. Mike Ditka was the first, so just a nod to DeBear himself. But yeah, just the second to reach that level. Listen, one thing's for sure, that offense and its takeoff, it involved very heavily Evan Ingram and his improvement the second half. Like second half of the year, he became a weapon. First half of the year, Evan Ingram was kind of stumbling along. He wasn't making a lot of plays.
Yeah.
Didn't have a lot of numbers. It really started with that win in Tennessee.
Well, maybe they started going to him because he got good.
Fear.
because
Who
who
knows?
knows?
I feel you. Yeah.
I don't know if it was which way it was, but I'll tell you something else, man. High-scoring games. That's one thing you also saw in that Netflix series. 32-30, 4 minutes to go. 28-24, a minute to go. It was like one after another after another. You should always try to have that. You got to have that offense, man. Like, I can't tell you how many times Mahomes is sitting there on the bench and the other team's scoring, and he gets up and goes, all right, boys, let's go get a touchdown.
That's the NFL, really.
I mean,
and it almost comes back full circle to what we said.
It's
By
like-
the time you get to the end of the game, you're within a score.
They're down. I think they were down in the Super Bowl. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think they were down maybe 14-3 to the Eagles. I think the Eagles scored the first 2 times they had the ball, and he's like, defense has got to get a turnover. Well, then Hurts fumbled, and the dude for Kansas City picked it up and ran it back for a touchdown, and then the Eagles went right back and scored. The Eagles were up, I think, 10 at the half maybe, but you forget that the Eagles were in control of that game, but the Chiefs just, Mahomes just gets up and, all right, boys, we got to go get a touchdown. Let's go.
Let's see how the scoreboard played out. The Eagles scored first, 7-0. The Chiefs answered 7-7.
Oh, they did go 7-7.
Eagles scored again, 14-7. Chiefs answered 14-14, but then the Eagles scored a touchdown, a last-second field goal. They led 24-14 at the half.
Okay, but when it was 14-7, that was it a defensive score, right?
To make it 14-14, it was a defensive score, the fumble return.
Yeah, so they were up 10 at the half.
What a game of run. So they were up 10 at the half.
Yeah, and then
they were up 6 after the third, and then the Chiefs went touchdown, led 35-27.
That was the Tony plays.
Yeah.
Yeah, the punt return and the little touchdown.
And then Jalen Hurts had another rushing score, and they made the 2-point conversion. He ran that in as well.
Right, so then it's tied, and then we had the hold call at the end that ruined the Super Bowl for us.
Yeah.
Because it should have been, well, they're either going to kick a field goal, then the Eagles will get the ball. They'll sure a touchdown, the Eagles will get the ball.
But they let him run the clock.
And then they let him run the clock out. It sucked.
And he kicked it with 8 seconds to go, and there you go. There's your champion. All right.
They ruined it for us.
Come kind, come courteous, and we'll come back with Doc Kevin Murphy next.
641-1010.
Yeah, it's a Custom Tree Surgeons Thursday.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here. Summer's a great time for 1010XL. So turn up the heat and stay cool with 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Now at Hodges Mazda, for those who never stop refining, lease a new 2023 Mazda 3 sedan during the Season of Discovery sales event for only $329 a month. Lauren Brooks here. The Mazda 3 enables you to enjoy a new form of indulgence. Plus, all vehicle purchases come with 2 years free maintenance. The sales staff works on salary, not commission, allowing Hodges Mazda to put your best interest first. That's the Hodges Mazda difference. Visit Hodges Mazda today or online at HodgesMazda.com. The dealer for details, $3,499 due with lease signing. Terms and fees for qualified lessees, 36-month lease expires July 31st, 2023.
Hey, come to Bowden Eye for all your eye care needs. Hicken here. Did you know diabetes is a leading cause of blindness? Affects up to 34 million Americans. Gang, don't take diabetes lightly. If you have diabetes, see your favorite Bowden Eye doc and save your vision. Bowden Eye dedicated to the protection and the preservation of the treasured gift of sight. Bowden Eye & Associates. Visit today for your personal consultation. Bowden Eye & Associates keeps the First Coast focused. And Bowden Eye has a new location now open off County Road 210 in St. Johns County.
Hi, I'm Sean Monahan from Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach. We're your local family jeweler for 46 years in Jacksonville with a huge selection of diamonds, gemstones, and pre-owned Rolex watches. And Monahan Jewelers is your store for expert jewelry repair turned around in 1 or 2 days. Most jewelry stores take 2 weeks or more, and many stores send your jewelry somewhere else for repair. At Monahan Jewelers, our jewelry repair is done in-house by expert craftsmen, and Monahans can turn around most repairs in a day or two. So bring your jewelry repair to Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach.
Summertime is here, and it's time to cast those worries out. And Royal is here to help you do that with our summer termite special featuring Centricon. Starting at just $249. That's right, I said $249, and that's installed.
Visit RoyalPestServices.com.
Heading to the beach looking for eats? ABBQ has you covered. You can grab some to go on your way to the beach or order from our website and get delivery right to your beach access. But why stop there? After a long day playing in the waves, stop by on your way home. Relax in our outdoor backyard or patio. So whether you're looking for a quick bite to go or want to relax and unwind with friends and family, ABBQ is the perfect spot for your beachside cravings. ABBQ, meet and drink with us.
Serving sausage and stories for lunch every day.
I'm former Pro Bowl offensive lineman Leon Searcy. Listen for my stories doing Lunch with Leon or XL Primetime.
Brought to you by the Sausage Dudes. Sausage with a purpose. Weekdays on 1010XL.
Hey folks, Mike Dempsey here, and I want to know, are your drafty windows letting all that cool air right back outside? Will they protect your home from Florida's unpredictable weather? If not, then it's time for the peace of mind that comes only with Pella Windows and Doors. Pella offers durable wood, fiberglass, and vinyl products in various styles and designs to best complement your home. So visit the Pella of Jacksonville showroom on Phillips Highway next to Tesla, or find them at PellaJacks.com. That's Pella Windows and Doors at PellaJacks.com.
Want my secret for how to prep for summer getaways and get-togethers and get everything for less? Kohl's. I just went shopping and saved big on sunny day essentials like tees, tank tops, shorts, capris, swimwear, and beach towels. Because for every one I bought, I was able to get a second for only $1. Plus, I earned Kohl's Cash. So head to Kohl's and find the top styles for the lowest prices. You'll thank me later. Select styles. Offers in July 13th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Find your why in your next career move at the First Coast YMCA. Everyone can get involved and make a difference in your community at the Y. And if you'd like to turn your passion into a fulfilling career, the Y is an equal opportunity employer and is now hiring youth program leaders, lifeguards, swim instructors, and more. Plus, Y staff enjoy benefits including free YMCA membership and free childcare while you work. Find your passion, find your why in a career at fcymca.org.
ITB Partners, the official financial firm for the station to beat inflation.
Whoa, Dan. People don't want to joke about their money, not during these tough times.
You mean they'd rather hear about how ITP Partners takes our money and makes us more money?
Now you're talking. They make financial planning simple and easy to understand, even for a couple of slappies like us.
Those guys have been serving Hickets for 3 generations. Junebug, me. I even got my son Juju being smart with his money in his 20s.
It's never too early to talk with Chris Bryan, Dan Abel, Brian Wright, Reagan Wright, Jeff Hartman, and Craig Ross.
Financial questions, ideas, or thoughts? Email chris@itbpartners.com.
Attention golfers, Hidden Hills Golf Club has become an attractive destination for golfers all over North Florida. You too will enjoy our classic Arnold Palmer design that'll test your game and keep you coming back. Book a tee time today at hiddenhillsgc.com.
Major League Baseball is always on at Perfect Rag Billiards in Murray Hill. Whether you're a Ray, Cub, or even Yankee, Perfect Rag Billiards always has all the games live. Tons of awesome beer and food specials for the weekend, from Fireball Fridays, Seltzer Saturdays, and brunch on Sundays. That along with tons of pool tables, shuffleboards, darts, and more. Get on out of the house for the action and come to Perfect Rag Billiards in Murray Hill, where you can catch all the MLB action. Perfect Rag Billiards in Murray Hill, a great place to watch sports.
E.T. here for Brackish Vodka. Jacksonville produced and distilled, a gluten-free corn-based vodka. It's the smoothest vodka you've ever had. Because it's mineral salt filtered after being distilled 5 times, you get the smoothest vodka on the market. And it's made right here in Jacksonville. Brackish Vodka won the silver medal at the SF Spirits competition this year. But you'll need to try Brackish Vodka for yourself. Drink like a local, drink Brackish Vodka, and live life salty. Come on, somebody.
Hacker here for the Sausage Dudes Sausage. You know I'm a sausage guy, and the Sausage Dudes, Paul and Patrick, make the best sausage I've ever tasted. Their high-quality pork and spices separate the Sausage Dudes from the pack. Try their 4 flavors, including Italian, Polish, Hungarian, and beer bratwurst today by picking them up at any Publix in the Jacksonville area. A portion of their proceeds also get donated to the Boys and Girls Club of Northeast Florida. Try the Sausage Dudes Sausage today, the sausage partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars, protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists is not affiliated with the NFL or the Jacksonville Jaguars. Discussion regarding injuries is solely based on opinion. Coming up, the weekly Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Medical Report featuring Dr. Kevin Murphy, a board-certified orthopedic surgeon specializing in sports medicine, upper extremities, and arthroscopy of the shoulders and knees. Dr. Murphy is a nationally and internationally recognized orthopedic expert. He's a former orthopedic consultant to the White House and the Pentagon, and currently serves as head team physician for UNF, the Jacksonville Icemen, and Northeast Florida area high schools.
All right, crank it up. He's the legend. He's Dr. Kevin Murphy, Southeast Orthopedic Specialist. There's nobody better. Doctor, good morning.
Morning, boy.
Doc, I was watching this football series, and I was thinking about this. You played college football at Army, defensive back.
Intercepted Dan Marino and Doug Flutie.
All MEAC Player of the Week or something. What was your conference? I can't remember. East Coast. ECAC.
Let me ask you
East
this
Coast
question.
Athletic Conference.
Was there
East
any
Coast.
thought at the time that those guys were going to be super great and you should have kept the balls and had them autographed and all that good stuff?
We knew they were both great and going to play in the pros, but it wasn't a thing that you kept the ball back.
Yeah.
You just didn't do it then. It wasn't
Give me the
a
ball
thing.
back, son.
Yeah, you
Handed
just
it to the ref.
Handed it to the ref. Went
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
celebrated with your teammates.
Be nice to have those.
Well, actually, I have one that Marino signed.
Okay.
Very good.
Later went. It was a charity auction.
Gotcha.
It was kind of interesting. But
cool.
Yeah.
With a
He looked at you and said, "You?
Uh-huh.
You?"
With a football background that you have, like if you had a son playing at the highest level in the National Football League, how would you encourage them? Like, what extra things would you encourage them to do to take care of their bodies? Like, I remember talking to Calais Campbell when he was here, and I think he told us that he spent roughly $100,000 a year on his body for extra stuff, like sleeping in an oxygen chamber, massage, deep tissue, things of that nature. What types of things would you do? Because when you if you're on the field and you're watching this game at the highest level, and the best way to describe it is it's like getting in car accidents over and over again. I think Yurko once told us that, and it was spot on. But what would you encourage, like, or tell your own son to do in terms of taking care of his body?
Well, you brought up a couple of them. Sleep,
Uh-huh.
general fitness are big ones, and diet.
Uh-huh.
Those are 3 key
Okay.
ingredients
Okay.
to longevity in any sport, really, but football in particular, because it's such a high demand on the impact and the getting your body ready. As we were just talking in the break, you know, 6 days later, you got to go out and take those same hits again. So you got to get that. When you get hit, you get that lactic acid buildup in your system. You got to find a way to get that out of there.
I know, like, Cousins would go into cold tub every week.
Mm-hmm.
What about cryotherapy, things of that?
Sure.
Would
Yeah,
those-
the cold, and then saunas have been shown to
Uh-huh.
help too. But
Uh-huh.
but the immediacy of the cold after you're getting banged up minimizes that swelling and the bruising and the muscle fatigue that comes with that. So that's been shown to help in the acute phase,
Mhm.
and then the saunas to get all the your body back and burn off some of the bad things in there.
What is the what is it, the oxygen thing that they sleep in?
Yeah, that hasn't really been shown to
Okay.
be as effective. So I think that's more gimmicky than anything. But the cryotherapy certainly has been shown to have some validity.
Doc, I'm fascinated how they come up with the idea, the notion of a pitch count when a guy's coming back. Like there is some magic ethereal number that you put it on, And so Max Fried, who we've been tracking for the Braves, who had the forearm tightness, was able to make a rehab start for Gwinnett AAA on Sunday. Good news is he maxed out pretty good on his velocity up to 97. Emerged pain-free and feels good, but he left in the middle of an at-bat at 35 pitches. Who is that? The medical staff that does that? Is it the training staff? It's just curious to me that why wouldn't you just finish the inning? Why wouldn't you throw 2 innings? But 35, boy, and that's it? Is it that precise as they ratchet them back up?
No, but that's the parameters that more the training staff put in to the recovery to say, okay, we're going to do this sequentially, but it should be more based on, what you said before. He didn't have pain and he was, had no arm pain at the time, but you don't want to throw him 100 pitches.
So there's no way, because of what you're telling me, there's no way to expect, then he ought to be able, 2 starts from there, ought to breathe, like he'll go from 35 to 70 to unlimited, or
it's a made-up number. They're just trying to limit him. But to your point, it's kind of silly.
The fact that he threw 35 pitches and that he left and he feels fine, that's a good sign that he'll be back in the rotation sooner rather than later.
Absolutely.
What you would
think.
The
no pain thing, throwing that velocity is really the take home.
Corbin Carroll is a fantastic rookie player for the Arizona Diamondbacks. He's one of the reasons the Diamondbacks are arguably one of the, if not the, surprise teams in Major League Baseball this year. But
that dude is, I saw him.
Yeah. Corbin Carroll is his name.
I was shocked at how he has 18 home runs.
Mm-hmm.
He's 165 pounds.
Yeah.
He's a little dude,
It was a cool story from the All-Star game. He went to high school right outside of Seattle. So.
And in fact, at the game I was at, and they love him out in Arizona, obviously.
That's the one he swung and missed and left,
right?
Yeah,
he swung and missed and grabbed his shoulder.
He's
and
got a labrum, Doc.
He's done. But he was in the lineup the next day.
And he played in the All-Star game, but they there are worries about his effectiveness as he battles a right shoulder labrum injury. Now, he's a left-handed thrower. He's a left-handed batter.
Yeah.
So, can you play
his right shoulder, though,
yeah,
right?
and they're having an unbelievable
grabbed his right shoulder.
Yeah, I think
and
maybe
it's happened before.
I think maybe because I happened to be watching your game that night when that injury happened.
Did you hear me yelling?
No, but we had talked last week because we had a couple of guys that broke wrist bones. I mean, Mike Trout swinging the bat.
Hamate.
So, but my point is, if it's that right shoulder, if he keeps 2 hands on the bat, I mean, he's going to have to adjust. Can he continue to play?
Maybe that's an instability issue.
Yeah.
That's like somebody grabbing your arm, falling and grabbing this, the banisters. You're falling down. Your shoulder tries to come out of the socket. That's a looseness thing, and you tear your labrum.
Yeah. Now is it hurt
when
less
you say
dragging it? Is it hurt less? Say you're a left-handed batter, just for people's imagination. As you finish your swing, does it hurt less to be the front arm dragging it through, or would it hurt less or more to be the back arm pushing it through?
Less on the back arm pushing it through.
Okay.
But I've made this comment to guys as they're going back to playing after having labral surgery that you can go back to hitting, but hit the ball because it's the missed ones that hurt. Because it's like taking a wiffle ball bat and swinging it real hard.
Mm-hmm.
That velocity, or when you're pulling some tree limb, guys come in and say, "I was pulling this tree limb and it gave real quick and my arm jerked real quickly." That's the part that really gets you.
Can it heal on its? Will it heal, or does he going to have to surgically get it fixed?
It's not going to heal.
Okay.
I mean, theoretically they can try PRP and things.
Right.
But if he has pain like that, clearly that's an instability issue where the shoulder's sliding around.
Can it get
even
worse?
If the labrum, yes, it can get worse. But even if the labrum tries to heal, he still has looseness in his joint, and it's going to be a problem.
Can it do long-term damage? Are they doing it long-term damage? Oh, because here's the reality is this. If the Diamondbacks were 25 games under 500, they'd shut him down.
Right, but make it to the finish line, yeah.
They're in contention. They're going to want to, see if they can't make some magic.
Yep. So the decision from the physician staff in season is, can you play to your same level without pain, without your shoulder coming out of the socket? If the answer is yes, you can play. If you're having instability where the shoulder's sliding out, then to your point, you can cause further harm, and you wouldn't really be able to play.
Is this the old Lethal Weapon? Your shoulder pops out and they pop it back in, or this is different from that dislocation?
His is probably more of a subluxation where it's almost coming out and kind of coming out on the lip of the cup and then sliding back in. Because if it dislocated, you'd have known that at the time. He wouldn't have been walking around with that.
An elastic or some sort of brace that you can try and keep it in place, or does that affect you too much as a player?
Yeah, and baseball wouldn't work. You're trying. Sometimes in football, players will do that so that it limits, to your point, that outside rotational motion where the arm's getting pulled back. It's called a Sully strap, where you strap their arm to you have something goes around your chest, and then it wraps to your arm with a chain in it that keeps it from going back. But obviously, you can't throw and swing a bat with that on.
It's interesting that we talk about the shoulders. One of the things that I was watching with Mahomes has a personal workout guy that he goes to even during the season, and he does a lot of machine work where he's taking or a medicine ball and just throwing weight like that. I would wonder as a quarterback, that would concern me that you might do something to your shoulder though. Or he has it's not a bat, but like a broomstick, but a heavy broomstick that he's swinging as hard as he can. And I'm like, man, why? I don't know if I'd be doing all those injuries as a quarter.
I'm sure there's some science behind it. That sounds like he's probably utilizing his core to
that's
make
more
all
of a
those
core
moves.
workout. But to your point, and he's in tight with both arms typically. So you're contained here.
Not
when
much
it goes the other
danger.
way, where it rotates away from your body, that's where you're at risk for the shoulder sliding out more.
All right. It was fascinating. So
apparently, it helped his golf swing after they blitzed Steph Curry and Clay. That was all those things you're describing would also be terrific. Pre-golf.
Well, you see golfers doing that.
Yeah, for sure.
Might be the golf hole at his mansion that he built.
Is it a nice one?
It's a golf hole.
Nice. How long is it, by the way? Do you
Looks
remember?
like it's a par 3.
Oh, yeah, I would think so.
Yeah.
Although if I was going to build a golf hole, if I was only building one, I'd build a par 5. No, as long as possible.
Yeah.
You can play it 3
Play it
times.
different ways.
Yeah, 3 and 4 and a 5. An hour, you play a whole round.
Let's tee it up again, Johnny.
What else? Got anything else? We got nothing Jaguar lingering, do we? I mean, we're pretty much. The only guys
starting camp and see who's eligible or not. They said Ben Barch. Will he be ready for camp?
That's
things
not
like
the
that,
only one, right? What was Barch? Shoulder?
No, he was knee.
Lower leg.
Yeah. So, all right, Doc. Good to see you, my
Appreciate
man.
it, Doc. JacksonSportsDoc.com. Doc Kevin Murphy takes Inside the Injury Report, Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, each and every Thursday morning. Back with more on a Custom Tree Surgeons Thursday next.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
Hi, I'm Patrick Young, former Florida Gator basketball player.
Patrick Young coming to life.
On 1010XL.
Well done, number 4. Well done.
You're gonna love the hot summer RV sale at General RV. July 12th through the 16th. With payments as low as $99 a month. Only at General RV. In Orange Park on Wells Road off 295. $99 monthly payment based on purchase price of $14,999 with 30% down at 7.7% APR for 180 months. Rate and payments are subject to change at any time. Conditions apply.
Fed up with settling for mediocre pet food? Go to Paul Licken Good, your one-stop shop for affordable, high-quality raw pet food. Their Prey Model blend mimics the way your dog's ancestors consume their meals. It strengthens the immune system and bone health and gives a shinier coat. Made from all-natural USDA-inspected human-grade meats. No fillers, no artificial additives. Check out all the 5-star Google reviews. Off Lane Avenue near Lenox. Call 625-8600. That's 625-8600. Or visit PaulLickenGoodRaw.com.
Hey, we're certainly facing challenging economic times. Can't speak for all of us, but for me, it's so comforting to know my money is in good hands with ITP Partners. Hickett here for my friends at ITP Partners. They're Jacksonville guys taking care of my Jacksonville money. I'll admit it. I don't understand a ton about the economy, higher interest rates, 401ks, SEP IRAs, but I do know as I move closer to retirement, I continue to watch my money grow thanks to Chris Bryan and Jeff Hartman, Reagan Wright, Dan Abel, and Reed Wingate. Yeah, from Junibug to Drew, 3 generations of Hickens invest with our friends at ITB Partners. We'll also invest in the Jacksonville community. And it ain't cookie cutter stuff, gang. They listen. They give me an individualized strategy where my goals are priority. Get in the game. ITB Partners are always there to help. For more info, Chris at ITBPartners.com. Chris at ITBPartners.com or call 904-312-9751, 312-9751. ITB Partners. They're my financial partners for life.
Hey folks, Mike Dempsey for Tire Outlet. Are you tired of overpaying for tires? Well, cruise into Tire Outlet for the best selection, best quality, and best prices on the tires you need to keep you and your family safe on the road. With over 40 years of experience and 15 locations across Florida, Tire Outlet is the brand you can trust to perform great service at a great price. Our expert technicians are ready to do the maintenance and repairs to keep your vehicle performing its best. Tire Outlet. Wholesale prices. Premium service.
Tire Outlet. You don't have to be a football star to get a signing bonus. The team at Republic Services needs your skills, and they're paying up to $5,000 for you to join the roster. You'll be joining a winner. As an essential business, the Republic Services trucks have not stopped rolling with hourly and weekly pay and better benefits and vacation packages than the rest of the league. Driver trainees, $1,000 sign-on bonus. CDL drivers, $3,000. Diesel mechanics, $5,000 bonus. Join the winning team at Republic Services today. Visit republicservices.com.
Equal opportunity employer.
The flagship station of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Do you have a plumbing problem that's making you feel like a sitting duck? Call Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing and Septic. Our team of expert plumbers will have your pipes flowing smoothly in no time. DuckDuckRooter.com.
New and pre-owned firearms are always in stock at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach. Want a new sidearm or rifle? Brands like Kimbar, Smith & Wesson, Sig Sauer, and Beretta. No lines, no hassle. Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacks Beach.
Are you an electrician looking for better pay and benefits? Miller Electric Company has the industry-leading compensation package. Electricians are eligible for a signing bonus up to $1,000. Now, they're partnering with the Jaguars in their new performance facility, the Miller Electric Center. Miller Electric has opportunities for you to work on some of the most exciting projects right here in Jacksonville. Whether you're experienced or not, visit MillerCareers.com, an equal opportunity employer. That's MillerCareers.com.
Summer is here. Be ready for anything on the road or off the road at Nimnick Buick GMC. Hicken here. Popular GMC and Buick models arriving daily. Yeah, no one ever pays over MSRP at Nimnick Buick GMC. Just stop by their showroom. It's on Phillips Highway, just south of I-295. Shop online, NimnickBuickGMC.com, NIMNICHD, BuickGMC.com, and see why Nimnick Buick GMC is Jacksonville's #1 Buick GMC dealer in all of Jacksonville FLA. If you're looking for a used car under 18 grand, Nimnick has a great selection, more than 300 used cars, trucks, and SUVs to choose from. So you have that as well. Nimnick is there for you even on Sundays. Yeah, open on Sundays, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. They've been in the business for 82 years. They do business the right way. Family owned and operated. Nimnick, your friends in the car business since 1941. GMC, we are professional grade.
Hi, Flying Jacko here, sports fans, and boy, is it hot. It's hot for the girls, too. And when I'm feeling the heat, I head for Woody's and pick up a good old-fashioned family feast.
At Woody's Barbecue, it's what we do. Let's eat.
Life is about choices and the decisions you make. I'm David Robbins with Epstein & Robbins. If you're convicted of a DUI, you'll have to face severe consequences. Walking through the doors of the courthouse or appearing at a bond hearing can be extremely intimidating. Without the right lawyer, you're likely to make the wrong decision. Let our team help you make the right decisions in court. Epstein & Robbins, the right choice.
Epstein & Robbins, fighting for your rights since 1975.
Mark Watson with Hardball Creative, with answers to the questions I'm asked the most. Yes, we are local, and no, I'm not hiring an actor to read these commercials. Check us out at hardballcreative.com.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all.
This is your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, brought to you by the Greater Jacksonville Kingfish Tournament. I'm ET. Hayes the Hammer Carline recently joined the boys of Jaguars today and had this comment about left tackle Cam Robinson.
Yeah, I think Cam Robinson will be the starter in Week 5 at left tackle. So I think Cam Robinson goes back to left tackle, and then I think it gets interesting. I would put Walker Little at right tackle, and I would make the rookie Anton Harrison the swing. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but I have confidence in left guard in Barch and Shatley. And I don't really have a lot of confidence that Walker Little could play left guard. So that's what I would do, and that's where I think it's probably going to end up.
If you missed Hayes on Jaguars today, simply head over to 1010XL.com in the on-demand section. At 8:10, it's 78 degrees. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning.
10XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Welcome back. It's 8:10. Good morning, Jacksonville. Hanging out here on the drill on a Thursday. Tom Coughlin has been nominated in the coaches contributors section of the Hall of Fame. They only take one, and there's 29 guys. So I have, for no reason, understand. I have no, and obviously very pro Coughlin here, but I have no thought as to why anyone else would of the 29 would go in ahead of him. But
there's some of them are similar, but yeah, you can find some. Shanahan and Coughlin are super similar.
Yeah,
they each have two. I think Shanahan has a handful more victories overall than Tom.
Shanny could have had 3, but Coughlin beat him.
Yeah, I know. I got you. I'm on Coughlin's side here.
Coughlin hater.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, but if you're sitting somewhere where we just finally got the guy to even get on the list of 60 for Pete's sake.
Yeah, well,
that took way longer than it should have. I'd like to think it was our screaming down here this time last year that at least amplified it a bit.
We can think that all we want.
I mean, you called the Hall, we screamed. We got our man Eugene on the story, and he was,
yeah,
helping us with some of the deets. So yeah, there you go.
Let me see who we got here.
Holmgren's another one. I mean, there's some,
They're all great. Listen, there's some great people.
To me, it's real simple. Let's start with number of titles. And so Holmgren, Coryell, I mean, you don't get in before the guys with more.
Right.
But they don't put as much weight on that. It's strange. They'd rather honor Bill Cowher than Tom Flores.
Yeah.
It took Flores forever to get in. He had to.
All right, Bud Adams, Roone Arledge, C.O. Briccato,
Sure.
Tom Coughlin, Alex Gibbs, Ralph Hay, Mike Holmgren.
That's this year?
These are all the finalists, semifinalists. Bucko Kilroy, Robert Kraft, Elmer Layden, Jerry Markbright, Virginia McCaskey, Rich McKay, John McVeigh, Art Modell, Buddy Parker, Carl Peterson, no relation to Doug, Dan Reeves, Art Rooney Jr., Marty Schottenheimer, Jerry Seaman, George Seifert, Mike Shanahan, Clark Shaughnessy, Seymour Seawolf, Jim Tunney, Lloyd Wells, and John Wooten.
I don't know the ones that aren't coaches, so I can't measure the impact.
You know Jerry Markbright.
No, I know who they are.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I don't know how you compare that to you know what I'm saying?
That's why they're in the coach contributor semifinal. I almost think you should just have
a coach and it should be separate.
Yeah.
Do a coach a year, at least for our coach every 5, whatever it is. But coach against coach seems fair because ultimately they're going to put Arledge and Modell. And they love those guys.
But you got to put all them coaches in ahead of those guys.
I would, but they won't.
They won't?
No.
You think one of those guys will get in before
yes,
Tom Coughlin?
1,000,000%. Sure.
Really?
Because those guys have been in this discussion for years. The first time Tom is even on the table.
No, somebody needs to,
I would handicap it like this.
Mm-hmm.
As far as likelihood of getting in. Boy, it's hard to differentiate between Shanahan and Coughlin. I just don't know who's arguing who wins that. That's really similar. I bet they've got real similar postseason records. They've got real similar total victories are about the same. I mean, they are just really, really similar. But they're both ahead of Holmgren.
Yeah, I think.
Forget Holmgren. What do you mean Holmgren? Holmgren won one. Then he went off and he went back to another one. And credit to and Holmgren's great. Holmgren should also be in my opinion.
Yeah.
But forget Seifert. They're way ahead. See, there was one other coach. Did you mention, or is that it? Those two, Holmgren and Seifert, as far as coaches, yeah. And Seifert just has an argument, but he is way behind those two in particular. The two with the 2 titles, it's such an – I mean, I don't even see how you compare. I don't know how the argument of Holmgren over either one of those two goes.
Here are my experiences with the 2 men. Shanny I used to scream at Florida Field when I was a student. Coughlin I covered when he was with the Jaguars. So I would lean obviously I will lean towards Coughlin, but they are similar. Shanahan had 2 years with the Raiders, did nothing. Obviously his first 4 years with Denver were his best. And then after that, he got to some 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more playoff appearances. Only one with Washington in 4 years. 24-40 with Washington, and 8-12 with the Raiders, but a very stout 138-86. 8-6 in the postseason.
Coughlin's 12-7.
Yeah, I just think Coughlin is a little bit more.
I do too.
And so I would.
And he beat
yeah.
the dynasty team of the era not once but twice, including 1 year when they were undefeated. I'm shocked he's not in already. I am. He is.
He's a no-brainer.
Holmgren has one more playoff win than Coughlin. He doesn't have as good a win-loss percentage though. But Coughlin's win-loss percentage 632 puts him behind Belichick, puts him behind Gibbs, puts him behind Chuck Noll. And George Seifert is 667. He's 10-5. Wait, Seifert has 2 championships, so never mind what I said. Put him back up there.
Yeah.
You got 2 Super Bowls. You're back.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm not sure I wouldn't put Seifert in over Coughlin.
Oh,
At least he's in the discussion. Well, look what he had to do.
Yeah.
He had to replace the legend.
Yeah.
And won twice with him and changed quarterbacks. He had to do that. So I'd give Seifert some credit. And then he did what Coughlin did from an expansion standpoint, right? Took an expansion team, and wasn't that him?
No, it was Dom.
It was, and then he came the second time.
Yeah.
Did Seifert take him to the Super Bowl?
Either the one they lost to New England that might have been him. I don't know.
No, only 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
2 Super Bowls, 2 titles.
2 Super Bowl appearances.
Yeah, won them both. Is 667 playoff percentage. Coughlin 632. He's more similar than I thought. But I thought Seifert only had
took over a great team.
Yeah, but it's not always easy to follow, and he had to transition from Bill Walsh and Joe Montana to win. That's pretty good.
Coughlin built the Jaguars, got him to within a whisper of the bowl, won playoff games, took them in their second year on a magical run, got them in as a number 1 seed, engineered the greatest upset in NFL playoffs history, and then went to the Giants and restored Big Blue and beat Belichick twice, head-to-head.
Yeah. Go to the room. You ain't got to convince me.
No.
Seifert is well behind both Shanahan. Shanahan and Coughlin are the same.
Yeah.
God, they each have exactly 170 wins, Dan.
Yeah.
Exactly same amount.
Yeah. And
Shanahan's winning percentage is actually a tad better. He lost 138. Coughlin lost 150. And then Coughlin had a couple more of the postseason wins, as we said. But I'm glad to get – look. And by the way, while we're at it,
all right,
when we unveil our big, bright new stadium, maybe within the first couple of weeks, we put Tom Coughlin in the ring in the Pride.
Yeah.
I mean, that's way overdue. And I know it didn't end on the best of circumstances after that, return in 2017, but he was a big part of them getting good, getting Calais Campbell, and having that one winning year. And now we've kind of turned over a new leaf. Obviously, the franchise is going to be Trevor and Doug P. dominated, as it should, but Coughlin should go in.
Oh, God.
For building this team like he did. It's
no-brainer.
It's kind of weird that he's not already, to be honest. So
I would agree.
I would ask the Cons and the Jags, Mark Lamping, and anyone else with any kind of influence that should be
taken
priority
care of.
one. Yeah. If you don't do it before even. Do it this year.
Oh yeah.
I mean that takes 10 minutes to throw that together.
Yeah. I'm hoping that that gets done, and I'd love to see it. And obviously, and by the way, you want him in there before he gets in the Hall of Fame, and he's going to get in the Hall of Fame here. To me, when they put out the list, they say coaches, contributors highlighted by, and it's highlighted by 4 people.
Coughlin.
And he's one of them.
Yeah.
So to me, that tells me that he's one of those 4 guys who's gonna get in.
Yeah.
They might put Robert Kraft in. They might put Shanahan in. Dan Reeves is also on the list, by the way.
He's only got the 1.
Yeah.
He's very good. He has more career wins than them. It's hard. Holmgren, all 4 of those guys are pretty and Seifert. They're all 5, but I would put Coughlin number 1 on that power poll.
Yeah.
If not, those are very visible. And he's New York market. It's shocking he's not in.
I know.
But he is. He checks all the boxes. He's had
he's only been eligible for.
He's a legacy franchise.
A few years.
Yeah.
But
to not even get to this stage though was wrong.
It's time for him.
By the way, and again, I don't know what to tell you with these cigar chomping 80-year-olds that must still be voting. But how they put in Coryell over these
I don't
guys?
think they're cigar chomping.
Then how does Coryell get in?
80-year-olds.
How does Coryell get in? I mean, how can anyone under the age of 40 even think about putting Don Coryell?
Tell me which one of these guys is a Hall of Famer. All right, this is the, and there are misses here. This is the cleanup crew, okay? Because these are the senior semifinalists. Are any of these guys Hall of Famers? All right, this is the players, okay?
Okay.
Ken Anderson, Otis Anderson, Carl Banks, Maxie Baughan, Larry Brown, Mark Clayton, Charlie Connerly, Roger Craig, Henry Ellard, Randy Gradishar, Lester Hayes, Chris Hinton, Joe Jacoby, White Shoes Johnson, Mike Ken, Bob Kuchenberg, Jim Marshall, Clay Matthews Jr., Steve McMichael, Stanley Morgan, Tommy Nobis, Sterling Sharp, Steve Tasker, Otis Taylor, Everson Walls.
Some of those guys are in. Nobis is in. McMichael's in.
The hell they are.
What year is that?
The hell they are.
I thought Nobis got in. I thought we talked about that. The best, I think Nobis should be in. I think McMichael should be in, but I think Roger Craig should be in.
Yeah.
I know he's way down the list, and that doesn't, doesn't take away from Fred because it won't be voted. But, yeah, I've always thought Roger Craig was.
What about Lester Hayes?
He's a good player.
What about Kuchenberg?
I'd have to look at some resumes there,
what about
right?
Jim Marshall?
Yeah, I'd have to look at some resumes. There's
you
between the Hall of Very Good and Hall of Fame. I'm not sure I could differentiate just by name value because you also romanticize a little bit. You're a kid, Jim Marshall, and some of these guys are big names because they're big names of the time, but are they big names of all time?
Right.
Like Randy Gradishar was an Orange Crush phenomenon.
Mm-hmm.
Good player, but an interesting name on, that generation of Broncos who got good for the first time ever. Coach, please.
For who?
The Orange Crush Broncos.
Red.
Yeah. Last
Red
name?
Morton.
Miller.
Miller.
Isn't it? Red Miller?
Craig Morton. Red Miller.
Craig Morton was and that's back when they had those cool uniforms too. A little bit more of that, a little more baby bluish color of the helmet.
Orangey.
Yeah, the Broncos snorting out steam.
Broncos were a great franchise until like the last 5-10 years. Broncos were a very underrated franchise that always seemed to flare up and do something,
Oh yeah, they for decades now.
Yeah.
Going back to when
there are a lot of
going,
great players here that again I agree with you about, but then you're comparing eras and all that. Like Otis Taylor, I don't know. I'm sure he doesn't have like 700 career catches, but
I can say this now more freely because Tony's in.
Mm-hmm.
And you hate to I never meant it as a disparagement. It's another one where I would be guilty if I didn't, at least look at the resume a little bit more. I always thought that Mike Ken was Tony Baselli.
Okay. Isn't Mike Ken a guy who played like 18 years though?
Yeah. But I'm just saying an accomplishment, how long it took to get there. If you cut off his last 10 years then, he only played 8. I'm sure he got all of these and probably a little bit early. 3 times, but here's Mike Ken.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and we'll just think about Tony.
Mm-hmm.
He was a 5-time Pro Bowler, and he was 3-time first-team All-Pro and 2-time second-team All-Pro.
Mm-hmm.
From 80 to 83, best tackle in the league.
Okay.
Real similar. And he's in the Falcons Ring of Honor, and he's all rookie. But 5-time Pro Bowler, 5-time All-Pro. 3 of those first-team All-Pro. Real similar, right? And again, it's so hard. It's so hard to differentiate.
I'll give you one.
Okay.
Who am I? I'm a 3-time first-team All-Pro. I'm a 3-time Pro Bowler. I'm an NFL 1970s All-Decade team. Oh, I'm an NFL 1980s All-Decade team. I thought if you're on one All-Decade team, you're in the Hall. I'm on 2 different ones. I'm on the NFL 75th Anniversary All-Time team.
You got to be a lineman.
I'm on the NFL 100th Anniversary All-Time team. I was also.
How can you only be a 3-time Pro Bowler?
I also, by the way, I'm not a lineman.
Huh. Tight end?
No. So.
This is Mark Clayton? Is that who it is?
No, I wouldn't be Mark Clayton.
Well, I got no stats. I'm just going by what you've given me, so I don't know what to tell you.
I'm White Shoes Johnson.
Yeah, and you're not a Hall of Famer.
I'm not a Hall of Famer.
He made all those. That's kind of tricked up a little bit because all those All-Pros and Pro Bowlers you gave me, he was a return man. He never did it as a position player, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, he was. To take it from Billy White Shoes made a Falcons dash late in his career. The worst call of my life. Hick, is that saying a lot?
Wow.
As a sports fan that would never, ever, ever survive today, the year is like 1984. The Falcons are playing the 49ers. In the break, we're going to look this up so you can say, my man Jeff always steers me right when he says it's the worst bet, when he puts a superlative on it. But the Falcons were playing San Francisco. They threw a Hail Mary on the last play of the game, and Billy White Shoes Johnson caught it at like the 5-yard line, and he tried to wiggle in, and they tackled that man 2 yards short of the goal line. 2 yards short. And he wriggled, twisted, and turned and put it out, and the idiot blind refs ran in, called it touchdown. We all celebrated. One of the worst plays. Are you looking it up? One of the worst play. One of the worst calls. Yeah, 1983. There you go. I'm in high school. Josue Barincane. I'm listening to this game.
Is that Peachtree Bart chucking it?
Yeah, I'm listening to this game on the radio. It's on the Armed Force Radio Network. It's the afternoon game. It's the last play of the game, so you can go to there.
I'm going to the end.
And so on literally the last play of the game, they throw a Hail Mary that he catches at like the 5 or 6 or I'm going by memory. I haven't seen this play in 20 years at least. But he catches it like the 5 or 6 yard. I have seen it since it happened. But he catches it like the 5 or 6 yard line, and then they tackle him.
There he is.
They tackle him like a yard short, don't they?
He's got it at about the 6. He's cutting around. It's from down low, so it's hard to tell. He's at the 5. He's well, I don't think his knee was down, but I think his shoulder was down short of the goal line.
Okay. It's to me, I remember it. And again, we didn't have all the.
That ain't the worst call.
Okay, well,
you go back to your Braves umpire guy. That's the
infield fly.
No,
Eric Gregg.
Yeah,
that guy's in hell today. All right, this is the drill.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, it is. What do we got? Cat Chat next. Is he going to join us via the phone? Is that the deal?
What's the deal? I wasn't here last week.
Yeah, we had him last week.
Was he on vacay?
It was very minor. Additive. I mean, he didn't bring much at all to the table, did he? Yeah. Minor impact. It's minor impact.
It's kind of
cool. He and I were carrying things.
Shark Coatings, baby.
All right. It's a Custom Tree Surgeons Thursday, and this is the drill.
The drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
Sweltering weather, the dog days of summer at the office, and no Jaguars on-field action for 6 whole weeks. So let us help you beat the summer heat with The Scoop. New episodes every Wednesday all summer long on the 1010XL social channels and wherever you get your podcasts.
Did you know the 2023 Honda CR-V Hybrid never needs to be plugged in? The onboard system charges the batteries for you. When you think Honda, think hybrid. Good for the environment, great for your budget. Visit your local Honda dealer to experience the CR-V of the future today.
Men, are you suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE? The medical providers at Prime Men's Medical Center offer breakthrough treatments that eliminate problems in the bedroom without pain or surgery. 98% of men see instant results on their first office visit. Listen to a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Prime Men's Medical Center offers breakthrough medical treatments that eliminate ED and PE. Men are even lasting 90 minutes or longer, regardless of age or medical history.
But that's not all. For a limited time only, call Prime Men's Medical Center now, and your initial consultation and first treatment are completely free. You'll see instant results right in the office. You'll even get a gift that enhances your performance in the bedroom. All this, worth hundreds of dollars, is free if you call now. 904-664-8217. 904-664-8217. That's 904-664-8217.
Hey, Hickett here from my friends at Shark Coatings. I love my garage now. I used to not. It used to just be a gateway to my home. Well, guess what? I had the boys from Shark Coatings come over and take care of that. And now it's got a room. It's a room with endless possibilities, man. Sports bar, golf simulator, hang out and play ping pong, work out. I don't know, but I do know that I can do whatever I want thanks to Shark Coatings. Look, go to sharkfloorcoatings.com, sharkfloorcoatings.com, get the free estimate, pick out your pattern, and let them do the rest. 15-year warranty, it's so much better than epoxy, and they get it done in one day. You got to see it to believe it. Anything concrete, pools, driveways, patios, new construction, set your install date. Go to sharkfloorcoatings.com. You'll thank me later.
Whether it's a large commercial project or a multi-family property, trust All Pro Roofing for exceptional craftsmanship and unparalleled customer service. We use only the finest materials, ensuring durability and long-lasting results. Plus, All Pro Roofing now has a full siding and windows division. That's right, All Pro Roofing is not just about roofs anymore. All Pro Roofing, now your trusted partner for commercial roofing, multi-family projects, exterior siding, and windows. AllProRoofingLLC.com.
License number CCC 1327056.
CDC 060138.
Mike Dempsey here for Dandy Foods, and happy to report that Dandy has some brand new goodies, and they're only available at select Gate stores around town. 5 delicious new breakfast items to start your day off right. Fresh buttermilk biscuits, flaky croissants, French toast, maple waffles, all matched up with country sausage, ham, or bacon, fried eggs, and cheddar cheese. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day, so go out and make yours a dandy just a little bit earlier tomorrow.
Got that hometown flavor creeping up on you. Yeah.
Hey Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
If SEC football is music to your ears, let 1010XL take you to Nashville for all-weather contractors SEC Media Days, presented by South State Bank and brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning, Underwood Jewelers, and Southern Steer Butcher.
Hey, Hicken here. Look, you've been hearing me talk about Zero Res for a while now, but there's 3 things they tell you that I agree with about their company. Best process, best people, and have a promise to do the best cleaning possible every time. And they offer a great deal every month. Well, guess what? July is National Carpet Cleaning Month. For home carpet cleaning, they're offering $49 per room. And for businesses, 20% off in July. Zero Res, man. Spell it forwards or backwards. Zero Res. It's the right way to clean.
Zero Res.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes, and I said yes to Yas, Dr. Mitchell Yas, and the Yas method. Now, I know you've probably tried medications, treatments, injections, even surgery. Maybe the reason you're still in pain is because they're treating the wrong thing and not addressing the root causes. Well, I know from personal experience, this does happen. But I found the best kept secret in pain elimination, Dr. Yas and the Yas method. Call them today, 904-906-YASS, and say yes to Yas.
Baloo here for Smunez Vision. Why Smunez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Smunez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Smunez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Smunez is fellowship trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit SmunezVision.com today. Here you can see.
Hey, this is Stevie Beechurst of Beechurst Plumbing. Growing up in Jacksonville, I was always proud when my dad would point at a building and say, I did the plumbing for that. That's the same kind of pride we instill in every plumber here at Beechurst Plumbing. And that's the kind of pride you can expect when you hire Beechurst Plumbing for your home or business. Right now, we're doing summer specials to get your project going. To find out how we can help you, visit BeechurstPlumbing.com. BETROS Plumbing.com. Beechurst Plumbing, here to help.
Summertime is here, and it's time to cast those worries out. And Royal is here to help you do that with our summer termite special featuring Centricon. Starting at just $249. That's right, I said $249, and that's installed.
Visit RoyalPestServices.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars, protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Let's ring up another guest on the All-Pro Roofing phone line. Now, it's time to jaw with Curtis the Cat Dvorak, the original Jackson DeVille. Brought to you by Shark Coatings, Northeast Florida's expert in floor coatings.
Location, please. Cat.
Gentlemen.
Cat, location, please.
Location, Grand Haven, Michigan. I'm staring at this beautiful lighthouse out here. I'm not sure how old it is, but I think it's pretty old.
Temperature, please.
Ooh, temperature. I got a hoodie on, fellas. Temperature this morning.
Awesome.
Temperature this morning was in the 60s.
Oh, it's so nice.
That's awesome.
I was just in Hell on Earth, Phoenix, where it was 115, and then I zipped up to San Diego where it was 68 and wore a hoodie as well and was very happy. So,
we're not going to see above 75 today here in Grand Haven.
Yeah, perfect. You going to play any golf? Or have you left the family? Is it just your family now, or are you still hanging out?
We left the family reunion in Wisconsin. We drove around that big old Lake Michigan, stopped in South Bend in the Pope's satellite office there.
Is that to see the Hall of Fame deal? Is that what you're doing there? Isn't that near Notre Dame?
No,
it's in Indiana.
Well, Notre Dame's in Indiana.
It's in Indiana.
Well,
Whiting. No, I avoided Whiting, Indiana, because Jackson didn't get in again this year.
He's not going until Jackson gets in.
Oh, I missed that update.
Yeah.
Failed again.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Jackson didn't get in. But hopefully, speaking of Hall of Fames, hopefully our guy, our coach, TC.
It's time.
That was really cool to see.
I was very happy for him. It's time for him to get in. This would be, and I think he's got a legitimate shot. Honestly, I think there's 29 guys, but I think it comes down to him, Shanahan, and maybe Bob Kraft, who you never know. I don't know who's on the committee, so I don't know what the connections are, et cetera, et cetera. But hopefully Tom gets his rightful call.
Only one of those? They only.
I think they only take one of the 29. Yeah, it's a coach contributor section is how they do it, and I think they take one a year. Like Don Coryell is the guy this year, and what hurt Coughlin a little bit was when they ran through the Cowers and the TV guys, all the TV guys, because it was fun to put the TV guys in the hall. Jimmy's and those guys pushed them back a little bit.
He better get in.
Yeah.
I mean, that's looking forward to that. But that was cool to see.
Yeah. Excited for him. He's well deserved. I mean,
I'm away from the family here. We're heading to Detroit after this. We're going to see the grandparents.
Oh, okay. Detroit Rock City is where you're headed.
Detroit Rock City, exactly. No golf there most likely. But I don't know. I'll be there 5 days and we'll head out.
All right.
If you got any connections there, Jeff, get me on any good courses. Let me know.
I'll look into it.
You know what look into it means?
I didn't hear what you said.
Good luck.
No, where did you say you're going?
No chance.
Detroit. He wants you to get him on a golf course.
Yeah, I've never golfed Detroit. I've golfed the other side, like the Grand Traverse.
Grand Traverse.
Another place that I have no connection.
He'll get you into Grand Traverse.
I'm so disappointed. I just put the golf on, and you ever do this, Hick, when you're playing fantasy golf?
Yeah.
You think about a guy so much that you think he's on your team. He would have been one of your lower level guys, so you think he's on your squad.
Uh-huh.
And I look up and I see Ben on. It's 8 under par. I'm like, your boy took Ben on, and I've logged on and seen that the heck he did. No, I did not. Darn it! I've done that a few times this year. So anyway, it has nothing to do with anything. I can't. You know what you should do is the tour. There's a TPC course though there in Detroit. Talk to one of your boys at the tour. They can probably at least help.
Oh, that's true. That would be big. Get the father-in-law out there.
You got guys there that you could make that call. I think.
That's a good point. I appreciate that. There you go. See Jeff coming through. See Dan
helped a little bit. Mm-hmm. They play. I'm pretty sure the Detroit PGA stop is on a TPC.
I've just been surprised to learn that Trevor Lawrence is playing in the Scottish Open, and he's 3 under through 16.
Yeah, that's.
But I'm also surprised to see that he's not American.
Yeah, that's not Trevor Lawrence at all.
It says T. Lawrence right here. Yeah. Who is that?
I don't know.
I don't think it's him.
It's not. What is it? Steezy? Is that the word? It's not Steezy Trev. So yeah.
Steezy,
I'm sorry. It's Thriston Lawrence.
Yeah.
Trevor's cousin.
It's his brother. No, it's his brother. He's over there painting.
You're way off.
I'm way off. What did you make of the did you watch? I'm sure you didn't watch any of the congressional Live PGA Tour back and forth, learning more and more what's going to happen, who knows stuff.
No, I haven't. I've been, I've seen some bits of it here and there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just looking forward to all this stuff being over.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
We get to just watch the guys because I really enjoyed seeing Cam win in London. I also loved seeing Ricky win again.
Yeah.
A couple weeks back. I mean, it's just the golf has never been better right now. I just want all the politics to get out of the way because it's so much fun.
Cam, by the way, would be a really good pick to defend next week at the Open.
For sure. I admit this much, Kat. What bothers me more, if they would just play tee time leaderboard golf, I'd watch. I would. But I'll turn it on some weekends to try. I can't stand the rotating hole, shotgun start, the graphic shooting into and out of the picture. Just stop it, man. I can take your shorts and you want to play your music, whatever. I like leaderboard golf. I like watching guys play a hole that's gettable, knowing that the guy behind them is going to have to either match or. I don't like this. This shotgun nonsense at all, and you can't convince me of it. There's nothing good about it.
I hear you, and you and I have talked about this, and we disagree a little bit because I do like the leaderboard when my guy's in the lead, and I get to sit there and watch him, play the hole after the guys behind him. He can always catch up or whatever. But there is something I've been really intrigued by it watching it is the action that happens. It's never that those tour events, Jeff, where your guy's got 3-4 stroke lead, and this is boring. The last 4.
Yeah, but here's what happens, Kat. I hear what you're saying, but that's a little bit misleading from the standpoint. You only got 48 guys playing. They're all playing at the same time. Most weeks on PGA Tour, we've already separated the dudes that you're not going to see in your little shotgun start. Yeah, there may be a guy on every hole, but the other two may be sucking mud. And typically on a Sunday afternoon on PGA Tour, by the time you get usually most of the round, but certainly by the back 9. It's the same thing. You got 3 or 4 guys shooting at each other, and one's already played the hole, and the other is to come. So I wouldn't necessarily buy that as like an entertainment advantage that live format has.
Jeff, there's been. I know you didn't watch them all. There's been some tournaments though, and
yeah, you're breaking up. Anyway, we can move along from that
in a matter of like 2 minutes.
Yeah, I hear you. And there's that same thing has happened on PGA Tour forever. You know that. Mm-hmm. There's massive swings on the leaderboard. So.
The difference though is the guys, you can't sit back and hit 4-iron off the tee in the lead.
Yeah,
because you don't know what the guy's going to do.
We're getting too fragmented now. Regardless, like I said, I hate the format to the point that I won't watch it, even when it's compelling and there's good golfers that I would normally watch.
Well, Kat, do yourself a favor during your time away. Make sure you're reading up on your NFL magazines and studying because you'll be back to defend your 2-time Friday 5-pack championship. But, ladies and gentlemen, we both feel like the Cat is he's on his 9th life. It's about to be over. So? Yeah,
well, he just had one. I mean, he just had to eat that spicy chip. That didn't work well.
Yeah.
But you mean from the football for the 5-pack?
For the 5-pack.
Exclusively.
The 5-pack exclusively.
I have somehow managed barely just to kind of hang in the middle ground.
Yeah.
The Cats won a couple in a row, and you've been unfortunate a couple in a row, and I've been just fine. I don't need the glory of winning. Just don't give me the despair of losing. But we would like to bury you, Kat. So what we're going to do is we're going to confiscate your phone for a year so you can't buy all your picks.
Glory Road, Kat. We're on the Glory Road. Kat, have a great week. Enjoy your vacation.
Be safe,
my man.
Yeah.
Yes, you are bitter. Yes. Shark Coatings. Go to Shark Floor Coatings. Yes.
Guilty as charged.
Go to sharkfloorcoatings.com for your free estimates. We'll talk to the Cat next week. This is The Drill on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here. From the backyard to the ball yard. Let's have a ball. 1010XL. Jacksonville Sports Radio.
Hi, this is Dale Murray from South Georgia to Central Florida and coast to coast. The Murray Ford Superstores are still putting the customers first and cranking out the deals those big city dealers can't touch. It's no wonder everybody's driving to Murray Ford Superstore to purchase their new vehicle. It's simple. If Murray Ford Superstores doesn't have it, the manufacturer doesn't build it. Plus, you get a 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified new and pre-owned vehicle. Shazam! Holy Jesus Aruba Batman, how do we do it? There's no reason for your purchase to take all day, running around with those big city dealers and being flim-flammed with those big city prices. Nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. And we'll trade anything from aluminum cans to minivans. Be American, buy Murray Ford Superstore. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray, in Stark or Kingsland. I'll be waiting for you. And remember, at any Murray Superstore, it's all about you. Shazam!
Hey folks, Rick Ballou here. Hurricane season is upon us. That's why I always recommend Patriot Roofing Services, specializing in all types of commercial, residential roofing and repairs, gutters, sun tubes, skylights, 10-year workmanship warranty, financing is available, military and senior citizen discounts, no subcontractors. Give my buddy Mark a call, 982-4052, licensed and insured, or go to Patriot Roofing Services online.
Matt Hayes here. Is it time to buy a new cooling system? Well, Fenwick Home Services makes it easy. Their comfort consultants come to your home and examine your home's unique needs. They recommend the best cooling system for you, your family, and your home. Plus, the installation can happen as soon as tomorrow. Fenwick also offers flexible financing options and industry-leading up to 12-year warranties. Book your next install at FenwickEasyBook.com. That's FenwickEasyBook.com.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On July 13th, 1994, Tanya Harding's ex-husband is sentenced to 2 years in prison for the attack on American Olympic figure skater Nancy Kerrigan.
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today from GFL, Green for Life.
Tired of the same old places for happy hour? Downtown's best is at Bellwether. It's Tuesday through Saturday from 4 to 7, with the exception on Friday when happy hour starts at 11 because why not? For all you late-nighters, Bellwether offers nightcap specials on Friday and Saturday from 9 to 11. Want a snack with your cocktail? Bellwether has a unique bar food spread. And guess what? All metered parking is free after 6 and weekends. That's Bellwether Downtown.
Summer is here. Be ready for anything on the road or off the road at Nimnick Buick GMC. Hicken here. Popular GMC and Buick models arriving daily. Yeah, no one ever pays over MSRP at Nimnick Buick GMC. Just stop by their showroom. It's on Phillips Highway, just south of I-295. Shop online, NimnickBuickGMC.com, NIMNICHT, BuickGMC.com, and see why Nimnick Buick GMC is Jacksonville's #1 Buick GMC dealer in all of Jacksonville FLA. If you're looking for a used car under 18 grand, Nimnick has a great selection, more than 300 used cars, trucks, and SUVs to choose from. So you have that as well. Nimnick is there for you even on Sundays. Yeah, open on Sundays, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. They've been in the business for 82 years. They do business the right way. Family owned and operated. Nimnick, your friends in the car business since 1941. GMC, we are professional grade.
Run to the Jacksonville Sharks for their fight against the Albany Empire this Saturday, July 15th, 7 o'clock, Five-Star Arena. With tickets as low as $15, you can't find this kind of affordable fun anywhere else. It's Halloween and July night, one of the faves. Wear your best Halloween costume for a chance to win the best dressed prize. Enjoy Halloween movies, visit the 13th floor haunted house postgame. Shark Tank, this Saturday, July 15th, 7 o'clock, Five-Star Veterans Memorial Arena. Call 904-621-0700 or go to jacksharks.com. Prepare for a fright. Fins up.
Hey, Jacksonville, we need your help. It may be summer, but school is just around the corner. Hundreds of local homeless, at-risk, and low-income students need school supplies. One-to-One Financial, Jacksonville's hometown credit union, is collecting school supplies through July 30th, so our most vulnerable kids can start the school year right. Be a good person and help us fill 350 backpacks this summer. Bring donations to your nearest One-to-One Financial branch. Learn more and find the closest branch at one-to-one-fcu.org. And don't forget, the school supply tax holiday is the last week of July. Thanks, Jacksonville.
There's a world of difference between and that's why you can trust Famous Automotive and Tire when it comes to your vehicle's care. Because there's a difference between and. It all starts with the triangle of safety. Your tires, brakes, and the front end. Take care of those 3 points and your car will take good care of you. Start at Famous Automotive and Tires. 7 locations servicing every customer like they're famous.
This is head coach Matthew Driscoll from the UNF men's basketball team. When our players suffer an orthopedic injury, Southeast Orthopedic Specialists gets our players back on the court pain-free.
We appreciate the endorsements from our high school and college coaches. This is Dr. Kevin Murphy. The next time you need orthopedic care, you can rely on our team at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Relieve pain and get back to life. SOS. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars, protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555, Jacksonville.
Yeah. Charging towards 9 o'clock nasty. We don't get to celebrate a lot of Gator wins, so I'll just say we did win the 2023 Capital One Cup for men's athletics. Shout out Gator.
This is different from the one we had a couple weeks ago.
Gator Nation pride.
Thank God for that golf team, baby.
Did you see what Rory said about? I'll give him credit, man. He stands strong with his feelings about Liv.
Okay.
Because he's said over and over, I hate Liv.
Yeah. I don't blame him. And listen. In fairness, the other side, it was a storyline yesterday as they play at the Scottish Open. That there are others like Scheffler said it yesterday, and Rahm who said that. Well, I never fracture any relationships. Those guys choose to do it one way. I chose to do it a different.
Yeah,
that's probably the healthier way.
I don't know that Rory fractured relationships with those guys. He just says he doesn't like Liv.
Well,
right?
That's because of the guys and their character traits and going and just collecting money rather than earning it. That offends guys who consider themselves alpha dog competitors, whether they are or not. I mean, Rory might not have any right to say he's more of an alpha dog competitor than Brooks Koepka, Phil Mickelson, or anyone else.
He basically said there was a rumor about him getting a Liv team. He said, I would retire before that happens. Yeah. I'm not doing that. I've got a name for you connected to the Northwestern program. He says, I'll have interest if Northwestern were to contact him. This would be the all-time
misfit.
You don't fit.
Yeah. Are you kidding me?
Go Wildcats.
You know how?
It's good to be up here in Chicago. We're going to get some players.
I would go on record without knowing.
I talked to Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow said he got a guy in Ohio who's coming to play quarterback. You know what I'm talking about? Eddie O.
I would venture a guess without the proof.
Give me a call. I'll come coach you up.
I'll venture a guess without the proof.
Uh-huh.
No proof here. I would say that the worst hazing in college football history would be most likely to occur under an Eddie Orgeron regime. So I'm just saying. I got nothing to...
Eddie boys being boys over there.
I don't know. I mean,
that's all they do, they being boys.
Is Orgeron not the one that castrated the bull in front of his team?
No, that was Jackie Sherrill. You get a Hummer, I get a Hummer. We're all getting brand new Hummers.
Hey, I'm trying to go connect to me over here.
Yeah. I've got a pop quiz here, E. I'd like Jeff Prosser.
Sure, I'll nail it.
To tell me.
Smart that way.
12 institutions that make up the Big 12.
Oh, I can get all.
Oh, that's 12 out of 12.
Yeah,
right.
Thank you.
All right.
I think he's dealing with here.
Right? Try my dog.
You got, the 4 newbies?
Okay.
That would be UCF, Cincinnati, Houston, and the one he didn't think I'd get, BYU.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got all the ones that were left except for Oklahoma. And Oklahoma and Texas are still in it.
Okay.
And then all the other ones. I mean, we're going to parse
them. He's got to name them.
TCU, right? Kansas State, Kansas, Baylor, Iowa State. That's probably it. I can sit here and,
You're missing 2.
Match through my brain.
Missing 3.
I said Kansas State.
Yeah.
Kansas, I said.
Yeah.
Iowa State.
Yeah.
Oklahoma State.
Okay. 2 more.
I didn't say Oklahoma yet.
You did.
Texas Tech.
1 more.
And again, I got it. Dang it. It is. I mean, it's there. Listen, the Big 12, it's funny you bring this up.
West Virginia would be the
we'll get there. They're in big trouble, man. They're in big trouble. This might be the last really, the last media day that matters for them.
Why is that?
Because they're losing the only 2 football programs in their conference that matter.
It's interesting that you say that, and I get that, but the more successful programs are still in it late.
Oklahoma is the most successful even of late.
Huh?
I mean, the other ones combine to go every now and then. Oklahoma had a stretch.
Somebody
there.
played for a natty last year. It wasn't Texas or Oklahoma, was it?
And they also then proved that, God,
somebody won a natty. Somebody won a natty in basketball. It wasn't Texas or Oklahoma, was it?
No, I'm not talking basketball. They can lose those guys in basketball. Those are good programs, but they are more than good enough with Kansas and whoever else is there. I'm not talking basketball.
You're adding marketplaces. Orlando, Houston, Texas, 2 of the bigger.
Don't care about markets. Care about football teams. Care about football programs.
You do? That's it.
Absolutely. If they coincide, everyone does. I mean, you want to talk markets? The SEC's got the smallest markets in the world, and they're dominant. Right? We got no big markets in the SEC. It's a bunch of Gainesvilles and Starkvilles and Tuscaloosa's.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I don't need Atlanta. I need Athens, right? How's Georgia Tech compare with that bigger market to Georgia? So, I don't think Orlando – by the way –
I think Athens is part of the Atlanta market.
Well, Orlando is not going to suddenly become Big 12 country. It's Gator country.
Yeah.
Right? An SEC country, an FSU country, Miami country. So,
but I think what UCF does is it ensures its prosperity. If they stayed in the AAC, they die.
No, I hear you. I'm not saying it's a bad move.
So where are they supposed to go?
It's almost bad luck for UCF. I'm not saying they made a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would think that they were smart enough that they were weighing offers if they could have gone Big Ten. Big Ten, to me, is the one they should have gone to. It had been perfect for the Big Ten and to give them a Florida foothold. They could do all their conference stuff in Orlando.
Mm-hmm.
It never made sense to me to go to the Big 12. But they also went to a Big 12 when they agreed at the time that had Texas and Oklahoma and was going to remain a big boy. But my point is now they're not. That is a Mountain West football conference now. And I know TCU and Kansas State and Baylor, they're all prone to a flare-up, but they're not consistent college football programs.
Maybe they will be.
I don't think that they will. Maybe they will
Why
be.
can't Houston be a football powerhouse?
Because they've been playing football for 75 years and haven't been. I mean, why? Yeah. They've had
Florida played a
Heisman
long
winners.
time, and they weren't.
Yeah, but they're in the SEC. You know, they got a lot of support around them. They're competing with, it's an easier sell. It's an easier build.
Houston gets the right coach, they can't become a dynasty.
Right? Well, Houston's had the right coach more than once, and he's gone on to the next place and hadn't won. I mean, they've had good coaches and good teams and threatened undefeated seasons. Houston is Cincinnati. The same reason Cincinnati can't be.
They've been pretty good.
Yeah, but not a national
Final Four,
champion
too.
good. Correct. They're not Ohio State, and Houston ain't Texas or Oklahoma or anyone else they're competing with out there. And I know cynically you can roll your eyes. Well, Texas hasn't won anything, and you're right.
No,
they're the 2 biggest teams, and the entire conference leaves next year. So I watch the Big Ten, coaches, and I don't know what else they're supposed to do. Go up there and talk about the.
I don't think Houston's had great coach, by the way. The best coach in Houston history might be Jack Pardee.
Well, no, they had these 2 guys recently that were like threatening undefeated seasons.
Oh, yeah, but Tom Herman went elsewhere and didn't do anything.
Well, again, but at Houston they were good
Texas,
coaches.
by the way.
No, but at Houston they were good coaches. They won. That's what I mean.
He's only there a couple years. I mean, he cashed in.
What were his records?
He was 22-4.
Yeah, that's a cash in. That's a cash in.
Cashed in.
Move.
Got the hell out of there.
Well, and now we maybe wouldn't have
John Jenkins, Kim Helton, Dana Dimmel, Art Briles, Chris Thurman, Kevin Sumlin, Tony Levine, David Gibbs, Tom Herman, Major Applewhite, Dana Holgerson. Yeah, those aren't exactly.
What? And do you think because they're in the Big 12 they'll attract any bigger name than those? Probably not.
I just think it can win at Houston. It's a huge city. It's the flagship university.
I hear what you're saying.
I don't know what they're.
I hear what you're saying philosophically.
Yeah.
But we got plenty of proof in the pudding here. They've been playing football forever, and they
were never in a major conference either.
And my point to you is that conference with that Oklahoma and Texas, when you turn it on the weekend, ain't going to look much different than the conferences they've been in.
Yeah. Well, you're right about one thing. Teams will be, or the committee, the pollsters, will be much more likely to not take a team from the Big 12 now
because they're not playing as
than
tough
they
a schedule.
would if than they will 2 Big Tens, 2 SECs, even maybe I doubt.
Well, we also have
ACCs.
this fascinating. We got another fascinating, seismic shift to come. We're not done. It's going to get pared down further. Pac-12, Big 12 is going to have to be assimilated.
If Clemson and FSU this year played twice and split, and that's the only games they lost, would the pollsters take both of those guys?
In a 12, they would. They won't.
No, in a 4.
I don't think so.
No.
I think it's going to depend. Well, let's see.
Because they would in the Big Ten and they would in the SEC.
Probably.
But they won't in the ACC, Pac-10, or Big 12. They won't.
I'll tell you how.
There's no way.
I don't like the polls. We need a 12 bad. Last year was a perfect example of it. Just getting.
But we don't. So my point is, I'm just trying
I don't think they would, but they might. They might if depending on what other school. Listen, we learned last year they don't give a damn about taking who everyone thinks is the best team. They are going to instead take the team that has less losses. Kansas, TCU lost their conference championship game. You people forget they weren't undefeated. They lost to Kansas State in the Big 12 title game and still got invited over an Alabama team that would beat them to death if they played.
But had 2 losses.
An overtime loss by 1 and another road loss.
In fairness, the TCU loss was like on a...
And if TCU, I think in fairness, if we all... and
I agree. I'm not disagreeing.
It's a mistake to look at it that way.
Well, you think it is. I don't. Yeah. I think you take the more deserving. You think if you don't take
I guess my point is I think Alabama's more deserving. You can use that.
Yeah. No.
You're not more deserving because you lost one more game.
Yes, you can.
No, you're not.
Yeah, you lose. You win or you lose.
Unless you play the same schedule, so what? It has nothing.
It sure does.
No, it doesn't.
Then who did Alabama beat last year?
I'd have to look. I'm not looking in front of me.
Who did they? What was their most impressive win?
I don't know. I'd have to look. Yeah. I don't have it in front of me.
Yeah. We'll argue this till the end of time. So that's why it's good. It's going to 12 because. Yeah, it's
they screw it up. They screw it up every year. They've invited the wrong 4th team almost every year. Yeah, they have almost every year.
I don't think so.
Well, agree to disagree, my friend. Custom Tree Searches
9
Thursday.
o'clock, nasty, baby.
Oh, boy, on to the 9 o'clock hour. I want to shift to the other 2 conferences that are holding media days next week. And, boy, there's an old football axiom that really rings true when you look at the ACC media days coming up and the SEC media days coming up.
And thank goodness, by the way, as we head to break, that LeBron was able to clear some things up. Because a lot of people have been sitting on pins and needles wondering if he was coming back this year. But he did tell us last night. So, sleep well at night. I know you've been a nervous wreck. I see the bags under your eyes as you worry about the King. Well, he is coming back next year for another year with the Lakers.
What a just an unbelievable need for attention. Shut the F up. Who gets up there and does
1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
You know how superheroes have these secret identities?
Who is that girl? She's Lauren Brooks.
I'm 1/3 of an elite crime-fighting team backed by an anonymous millionaire.
Afternoons on The Franchi Show.
At your service.
On 1010XL.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you listen to one commercial today, listen to this one.
Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevrolet are doing it again, recognizing the local heroes in our community with a brand new car. That's right, we'll be giving away a brand new car, cash, and free oil changes for life to our local heroes. Nominate a law enforcement officer, firefighter, EMT, nurse, teacher, veteran, or your local WOW hero. Head to localwowheroes.com to nominate and vote today. Let's wow our heroes.
This is Hayes Carline for QC Kinetics. It's time to take control. Don't give in to that constant joint pain. Take back your quality of life today with QC Kinetics. Call them today at 904-274-5522 to set up an appointment at their Mandarin or Ponte Vedra locations. Take control with QC Kinetics. No surgery, no drugs, no downtime, no more pain in your knees, hips, shoulders, or back. QC Kinetics takes your body's own healing agents and concentrates them in the area where you have pain. You can repair and restore damaged tissue naturally through regenerative medicine. The summer is here. You need to be out there having fun, making memories, golfing, walks on the beach, enjoying your life. Take control now and start living pain-free. No surgery, no downtime. QC Kinetics has locations in Mandarin and Ponte Vedra. Call them today at 274-5522. That's 274-5522.
At Cannons of Jacksonville, they know that when you're towing anything, you gotta have products you can rely on. With over 50 years of fabrication expertise, the family at Cannons can repair or install precisely what you need to tow with confidence. Whether it's a heavy-duty hitch, trailer frame, gooseneck, tow bar, or any other towing accessory, Cannons will provide you with unmatched precision and durability. For all your towing needs, visit cannonsofjacks.com, where quality and customer satisfaction collide.
Hey, Hicken here. Look, you guys have been hearing me talk about Zero Res for quite some time now, but there's 3 things that they will tell you that I agree with them about the company. They have the best process. They have the best people. And they have a promise to do the best cleaning possible every time. And by the way, they seem to always offer great deals every month. Well, guess what? July is National Carpet Cleaning Month. Ding, ding, ding. For home carpet cleaning, they're offering $49 a room. And for businesses, they're offering 20% off in July. Zero Res, man. Spell it forward, Zero Res. You spell it backwards. It's the right way to clean.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
Hacker here for the Sausage Dudes Sausage. You know I'm a sausage guy, and the Sausage Dudes, Paul and Patrick, make the best sausage I've ever tasted. Their high-quality pork and spices separate the Sausage Dudes from the pack. Try their 4 flavors, including Italian, Polish, Hungarian, and beer bratwurst today by picking them up at any Publix in the Jacksonville area. A portion of their proceeds also get donated to the Boys and Girls Club of Northeast Florida. Try the Sausage Dudes Sausage today, the sausage partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
It's tune-up time, and Florida Home AC, the official AC partner of the Jaguars, wants to partner with you for a cool summer season. Tune up your AC unit right now so it's running at peak performance when you need it most. Just call 777-4300 and order a tune-up for just $59. Keep your unit humming at optimal level. Log on to FloridaHomeAC.com and take advantage of their savings. Keep cool with Florida Home AC. That's 777-4300.
Prosser here for Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. With the weather now hot as can be, look ahead and get that backyard ready for fall with a new open air or screened-in enclosure. Maximize the space you have and make it great with Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. They truly are the best in the business. So if you have the space and the idea, give them a call today. Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. Showroom just off Phillips Highway. Tell them Prosser sent you.
WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Get the family feast for 2 every Friday night at Woody's, just $29.99. A $7 savings. Start your weekend off right on Friday night at your neighborhood Woody's Barbecue.
At Woody's Barbecue, it's what we do. Let's eat.
The Dell Technologies Black Friday and July event starts now with limited quantity deals on top business PCs with Windows 11 Pro. Save on select Vostro laptops with built-in security features and select Latitude laptops with enhanced privacy, collaboration, and connectivity. Plus, get special financing with Dell Business Credit. Dell Technologies recommends Windows 11 Pro for business. Call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL. Offered to business customers by WebBank, who determines qualifications for and terms of credit.
This is your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Local Sports Update. I'm E.T. Hayes Carline joined Jaguars today recently, where he made these comments about left tackle Cam Robinson.
Yeah, I think Cam Robinson will be the starter in Week 5 at left tackle. So I think Cam Robinson goes back to left tackle, and then I think it gets interesting. I would put Walker Little at right tackle, and I would make the rookie Anton Harrison the swing. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but I have confidence in left guard in Barch and Shatley. You know, so, and I don't really have a lot of confidence that Walker Little could play left guard. So that's what I would do, and that's where I think it's probably going to end up.
If you missed that interview, you can head over to 1010XL.com and click on the On Demand tab where you can hear that or any other interview heard here on 1010XL.com in full. Currently, it's 9:07 and it's 82 degrees. Your time and your temp is brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
I'm not sure I've ever, as old and as your musical tastes are, I'm not sure I've even heard this song before.
It's a great song.
I don't know what
feel
year
like.
from the glorious 70s this was hatched, but
Sweet Helen Reddy.
Helen Reddy.
I have a dilemma for you two guys. I need some answers. You know, I think that I just flew all over the country and had wonderful flights. Everybody was very kind. There were no problems at all. But yet, seemingly every day I see about a cat fight that forces an emergency landing, or the crazy lady who saw the lizard guy and went freaked out, and they threw her off the plane, or they had to deplane an entire plane because of another incident. But anyway, so let me ask you the protocol on this one. I want both of your opinions. I have my own, and I will state it momentarily.
All right.
All right. And it's happened to me before, and it just depends on the circumstance. You walk down the aisle. You're in the
plane aisle.
The plane aisle. You're in the D seat, which is the aisle seat. There is 3 seats across. All right?
Okay, you're on a big boy.
Yeah, 3 seats on one side, 3 seats on the other.
DEF.
DEF. And you get to 21D, and you notice there's someone in your seat.
Okay.
Now, the normal courteous thing to do is, I think you're in my seat. It says here 21D. Sometimes they'll go, I'm sorry, I thought it was in 22. They sit in the wrong seat, etc.
Okay.
All right? So you go down, you work your way there, you get to 21D. There's a lady in your seat, and she says, do you mind? I'm sitting next to my kids. Now, you take a look at the kids, and the kids are about 15 and 11.
Okay.
And so your first thought is, would you mind switching seats with me? Okay, well, where's your seat? Oh, it's right there in the middle.
Yeah, no way.
Nope.
Yeah,
Instant no.
It's a no-brainer.
Yeah, it's no.
And that's a fair no.
Yes.
Now let me ask you something. What if they're like 2 and 3?
I don't think they will let you book a flight if they're 2 and 3 and you're not
can't
sitting
sit
next to them.
Yeah. Right. I think at 15 and 11 and you're 1 row back, too bad.
Guess what?
Buy your seats together.
Put the 15-year-old in the middle.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Right. Put the
I think that's
15-year-old
fair.
one back. Yeah.
I don't want to sit in the middle.
Yeah, no.
I got news for you.
Yeah.
I mean,
and that happened, and the lady seemed put out. But I think most people would defend. I think you have the right to sit in your seat.
Yeah.
Now, I've switched many times. I don't mind.
Yeah.
But I don't like if I'm flying 6 hours. And you're putting me in the middle?
Oh, no.
I'm going to say no on that one.
I didn't even take that point. I don't care if I'm flying to
Now,
Orlando.
I don't know how long it was. I don't know how long it was.
I would never, ever.
Yeah, Jeff ain't taking that middle seat.
Ever, under any circumstance, for any reason, no matter what traveling party is where, ever switch my aisle seat for someone's middle.
Yeah.
There is no scenario in which I would make that trade.
Yeah.
Because because there's also this.
I think that's fair, by the way.
Well, there's also this. Then how about then, instead of giving up this one, you give up the middle one. Let's see, good luck getting somebody to do it. You're asking to trade a middle for an end, and that ain't happening. You got $500
voucher?
You can have it for $500 and a switch. So
I'm gonna take a
But
pass
here's the
on that.
deal.
Thank you.
I'm gonna tell you this. I don't trust people at all. I'm more cynical than you. She tried to play you.
Yeah.
This ain't about anything other than I got a middle seat. I'm gonna try and get an aisle seat, and I'll do it by positioning my children.
Fake kids?
Yeah, no, but fake that they need her there. I mean, give me 11 and 15.
Yeah,
Come
that's
on,
old
man.
enough. They don't need.
And
mama.
if they're 2, I'd say no, ma'am. Let this be a life lesson for you. You're a terrible parent if you bought tickets for your 2-year-olds and you're not with them. That's on you.
I just wondered. Yeah. I tend to agree. I think that's fair. But understand, squatters' rights. Now you've got to deal with it, and then she's going to make a scene and blah, blah, blah. And
we'll make a scene together.
Yeah. I'm just going to wait for you to get out of my seat, or I'm going to call the stewardess. Which reminds me of one of the great moves I pulled. You'll love this story.
Oh, yeah. Give it to me.
All right. So I had a photographer named Bill Ellis. Great guy. He's in Dallas. He's been working there forever. And me and Billy were tight. We were good friends. He's a great guy. So we had a short flight. We were going from like Baltimore to Washington, D.C. It was like a 45-minute jaunt.
Yeah, that's the easy joint.
But we're getting on. I'm like, hey, where are you? And he says, I'm at it's a small plane. He's like, I'm in 6B or whatever. And I go, I'm in like 5A, something like that. So I get on. I make the turn to get onto the little plane, and I look, and in Bill's seat in my seat next to me is an enormous person. So I don't want to sit in my seat, but I know where Bill's seat is, so I sit in Bill's seat.
That is
one of the
such
great moves ever.
Such a Hickman move.
So Billy comes around behind me, and he does the quick look, and he's confused at first, and then he realizes what I've done because I'm laughing hysterically. And he goes, "Oh, hell no! Stewardess! Stewardess!"
Good for him.
But he ended, "Oh, calm down, sir. You can sit over," and ended up, but I stayed.
This rarely happens because it seems like most of your flights these days
It
are
was
absolutely
fantastic.
packed, so this doesn't happen all the time.
Uh-huh.
But I had a flight recently.
Yes, sir.
Where it was an enormous person in the 2 seats next to me. I was in the aisle seat, but even in the aisle seat, they were hanging completely off and over me, and I was prepared just to gut it out, right? I wasn't necessarily complaining about it, but the flight attendant, she could tell that I was being squeezed, and she kind of leaned down and said, I'll look for you an open seat here once we get going, and she did. She found me. I asked myself this, well, is it rude for me to leave this uncomfortable seat, on the aisle to go sit in an aisle seat that's wide open? I mean, do I have to take this person's feelings into consideration to make that move?
Man, no.
I did think about it, but
Right.
I moved lickety-split. I mean, again, man, here's the problem when they're
The seats are tight, by the way, on the flights.
but it's not about the seat, the tight seat.
Yeah.
When you sit with really large people, they hang over the seat into you.
yeah. They do
You
hang.
don't get any armrest.
Yeah.
They're on your shoulder. It's
Yeah.
not cool, dude. I mean, I'm not saying it's fair. I don't feel for them. I'm not asking them to pay twice as much or buy 2 seats. I don't know what the answer is. I mean, unless you just literally, do you punish and you do it by, okay, if you're going to be, really big and fly on a plane, we're going to put 3 of you really big people next to each other and let you see how it feels. Right? I do not believe, though, in just changing the whole airline industry and widening seats for one group because they're heavier than another. Just as if you're a skinny dude, you don't get to pay half as much.
Right.
On the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures, bro, they haven't been called stewardesses in 25 years.
Oh, okay, so what?
Sorry.
Yeah.
My
Who cares?
My thing is
But I would answer this. Bro. They haven't said bro in 25 years.
calm down, bud.
Yeah. I mean, seriously. What do you get? Honestly, did that offend you?
Flight attendants are responsible for your comfort and safety on the airplane.
Yeah.
Thank you, flight
Good for them.
attendants.
So was a stewardess, by the way. I don't know the difference between the two of them, but if stewardess has become a bad word, then all right, son of a stewardess, I'm going to have fun the next few weeks.
I'm old enough to, as a kid,
Uh-huh.
people used to smoke on the airplanes.
Oh, no, I ain't never been a part of that.
Oh, yeah,
Used to smoke right there on the airplane.
No, 100%.
Probably doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Why would you smoke on an airplane with all that,
And
oxygen
airplanes
and
used
stuff?
to also be empty a lot more than they are now.
I've
I
never
can
been
remember-
on an empty flight in forever.
But I used to take flights that would be so empty that you could go find an entire row. We'd lift up the things and lay down.
Sleep.
Lay down
Beautiful.
and sleep across 3 seats.
I remember going to Haiti and they used to feed you like hot
Yeah,
meals.
Oh, yeah.
And it was good food.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I remember
In
that.
fact, on the Charlotte to Orlando flight, I was told that there's some turbulence, so we won't even be able to bring you a
Drinks,
drink.
yeah. Uh-huh.
Sure there is. Yeah, gotcha.
My thing on the planes, what I didn't like, is the person that just won't stop talking to you who got bad breath.
Oh, that's
like
tough
right
one.
next to
There's
me.
nowhere to escape either.
Oh,
Can't run,
man.
can't hide.
I mean, I put my AirPods in, just like, bro, I got my AirPods in.
I got to interest you in a mint. Did y'all? I heard you facetiously reference LeBron, and I think he was just trying to make a joke, and it fell flat. It was silly.
Oh yeah,
just kind of playing.
King.
He tried to play like some drama. I said after I was going to think about it. Trying to.
I thought about it.
Like
I'm
this
coming
is
back.
right. I just come on. We all know.
Lucky for you, I'm back.
Yeah, right. You threw that in there.
Kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. We all know.
He said, lucky for you.
But I don't.
Tonight is not the night.
I think. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You used to be more of an ESPYs guy, no? It seems like I remember
yeah.
back in the day. It used to be on the weekend because we'd watch it when we were doing sports final or something. Back in the day, and I used to watch it more. But and this is and again, I'm not. It is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But when ESPN became, they're just so. Everything's a message. Like it used to be sports. When they did the ESPYs, Jamie Foxx saying, I want to be your tennis ball to Serena Williams. Peyton Manning, it was funny.
Yeah.
It was self-deprecating.
Who hosted it last night?
Was it McAfee?
I don't know.
But
I didn't even watch. So I did see that there was a nice thing for DeMar Hamlin, which I liked.
That was cool.
And I'll tell you another. The ESPY memory that I saw that I loved is in 1998, Norm Macdonald hosted.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's doing his monologue, his opening monologue, which they were always funny. They're roasts, mini roasts of the athletes. He goes, hey, there's Charles Woodson. He goes, Charles Woodson won the Heisman Trophy, man. First defensive player to win the Heisman Trophy ever, man. They can never take that away from you, Charles, unless you murder your ex-wife in a
yeah, he was always taking OJ cracks though. He got run off of Saturday Night Live because he was just brutal towards OJ.
Oh boy!
So it was McAfee. McAfee went in on Skip. He went on Skip Bayless.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, McAfee hosted it.
Wow.
I think they're so contrived. I will say, watching the ESPYs, Dan, I am trending toward where I am watching Oscars and Emmys and Grammys. I feel about the same disdain for this look at me. Hey, let's have an award so everyone can look at us and all our clothing and we can laugh and smile and oh my gosh, aren't we the best thing ever? Hey, look, if you're a sports outlet and you're giving away the Courage Award for the year, okay, we just define courage differently because Peyton Hill has jumped into the surf, saved 3 drowning boys.
Yeah.
He himself went into a coma for God knows how long. So I'll take that courage over the U.S. women's national team ain't been courageous in 5 years. They've been the most supported, deflected.
They got the money. They got the bank.
They've got. I mean, there's been no American sports team in history that's been more propped up and supported and protected than the U.S. women's national team. So
that's a good point. That's
with
part of
all
the
due
reason
respect, if I'm drowning in the surf, please send me Peyton, Hillis, and not Kari Lloyd.
I was much too deep into Netflix quarterbacks last night before I was going to flip on the ESPYs. No, sir.
Yeah, you watched it all, and you said you liked it. Yeah, it's a recommendation.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend it. I watched. There's 8 episodes. They're all under an hour. It was again. It was 3 quarterbacks. It's Mahomes. It's Cousins. It's Marcus Mariota. So it's 3 different paths, man. It's the very best in Mahomes, and he is the best. And you watch him, and you see why he is the best. And then it's Cousins, who's good, but is unfulfilled and desperately wants more in the playoffs and understands that's how you're judged, and and is kind of a little, he's a nice, very nice person, a little bit goofy for today's NFL, maybe a little different, but good dude, works hard, And then there's Mariota, who I felt sorry for.
That's the life of trying to be a guy who's not good enough.
He's just not quite good enough.
He's not good enough.
He's just not quite good enough, and he got chances.
I think if you look back at last year, just like on your blank memory, you feel like Mariota got like 8 or 10 starts. But as you watch, you realize he got the whole year, and he never got it going.
Well, he got him to again. Atlanta wasn't great. It was a very competitive division.
That's fair.
And he was 4-4, and then they lost 5 out of 6, and it was time. And it was and again, just a terrible fumble when he just needed a 3rd and 1. You get the first down, you win your opener. They lost. And then he threw a bad pick in the second game, and suddenly they're 0-2. And I think they went to Seattle maybe in 1 to get to 1-2. But anyway, it was the NFL's tough, man. It's a tough league, and you got to be good. He had a game where he was 13 out of 14, and they were saying, Mariota's back, Mariota's a guy, Mariota's this. And I tend to think when you're 13 out of 14 in today's NFL that they're hiding from you.
I will say this.
You got to be a guy who's going to drop back and throw it 35 times.
Those top 3 to 5 picks always get their couple 3 years to justify getting picked, and then they usually go away and they get one more crack to be a starter.
He got one more crack. He's a backup.
Like Baker Mayfield is another example, and this will be his one more crack to be a starter. I know that technically he was brought in and carried, but Mayfield, the smart money is that he'll fail in Tampa. Right?
He probably won't be quite good.
No, he went to Carolina. Right. They were handing him the job. He was going to be their guy, and he failed. He's proven to be Darnold and any of these other guys that you look to. They're just not quite good enough.
Yeah, he was. So look again. It's a tough business, man. It's a tough business, but they're handsomely compensated too. And when you see the house Mahomes has built to celebrate, and I'll tell you what about Mahomes.
And Cousins also has a Mondo deal.
Mahomes said, when I signed that basically a 12-year deal, I knew I wanted to be in Kansas City for my career. And so I said, you know what? I want to build a house I want to live in now.
Sure.
So I found the land, And they started, and it's obviously
kind of like you did when you moved to Pablo Bay. A little similar mindset.
Except I don't have the basketball court, the golf hole, the football field. I do have the pool.
And the logo that's on
the logo, which he wore his logo the whole time.
You should put a Dan Hicken logo at the bottom of the people. That would be awesome.
That would be awesome.
That would be good.
Get your own logo. That's first we got to develop him a logo first of all.
I need someone to develop.
And then
me
let's
a
put
logo.
it. Let's just drain that thing. Put a logo in the bottom.
Enter John the Unkempt. Do you have any artistry?
My daughter's an artist. I can have her develop you. Yeah, you know my daughter. She's one.
Oh yeah, she drew a couple things.
Oh, she's done a lot more than that, but yeah.
Yeah,
she didn't go into art because I told her there's no future in being an artist. But yeah, no, she was like one.
Damn you!
State and regional.
You stifled her.
Yeah, no, she didn't want to do it.
Creative juices are flowing.
How you gonna make a living drawing pictures, man? You can't.
Well, maybe she would have been Renoir.
She's doing what she wanted to do.
Van Gogh.
Well, no, if you're a Renoir or a Van Gogh, they know by the time you're about 6.
They do?
Yeah.
Artistry-wise?
But she won like statewide contests, money. She won scholarships.
Was she a painter or drawer?
Both. She did all kinds of little genres. Is that
she
what they
can
call
paint
them?
and draw?
Yeah.
Did she do her own, or was she good at like copying?
Both. They do both.
Yeah.
They do both. Most great paintings are taken from a photograph of something else. You're not necessarily copying another painting, but like you go downtown, you'll take a
nice
photo
picture.
of downtown Jackson,
or
and
like
you'll
this.
paint the portrait.
You're at the beach and you're going like this.
Yeah,
with
that's
your
kind
thumb.
of that's so
And then
old school.
Isn't that what they do?
What's not? Can we just go to break before he has
What about the
drawing
guy-
nudes? That's coming.
What about
he
the
can't
guy-
stop himself. At some point, he's going to offend me, and he's going to ask about what about drawing nudes?
It is 9 o'clock.
I didn't ask you that. What about the guy, the greatest painter of all time, with the fro?
Yeah, Bob Ross.
Bob Ross.
Yeah. He's
You know
fantastic.
You don't know who Bob Ross is?
She could do that.
You got to watch Bob
Like
Ross.
she could do
One
that.
show on PBS.
She could do a Bob. She could take a what do you call the daggone easel? She
Easel.
could put her she could put her pad up there and she
What
could do
about-
a Bob Ross kind of deal.
What about sculpting? Did she do any sculpting?
She's not a sculptor, so no ghost references.
So
here.
it's either drawing or painting.
Well, painting and drawing. I'm just
Ghost
sketching.
references.
Yeah. Is that what's coming next? Let's go to break and come back on a Custom Tree Surgeons Thursday.
Why? You went twice down that road.
Yeah.
And I did not.
That's
go
fine.
down.
We're all good. I feel completely comfortable and confident.
When can she have me my logo?
Anytime.
How much do I have to pay her? $100?
I'll have to work on her with that. I'll have her gouge you a little bit.
Tell her. I'm
I'm going to ask again. I think we got a big important meeting with management later today, right?
I'm not going.
Okay. I think we should put this on there, number 1. You ready?
Yeah.
Should we just start right away? I mean, we got a burgeoning, beautiful relationship. Already 1 year, looking towards anniversaries in the future with E. But I think immediately we come in swinging with the Cool in the Gang. We've asked one thing. We want Cool.
They're all my favorites, man.
Okay, we got to get Cool in the Gang update. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, right? We're all looking forward to that.
So good.
Custom Tree Surgeons Thursday. You're listening to The Drill.
Now, the Lamb Rant, brought to you by the best bet card rooms of Jacksonville, Orange Park, and St. Augustine.
The All-Star Game marks the unofficial end of MLB's first half. Which front runners will continue their good play, and which teams that faltered will make strong second-half runs? I look for San Diego to overcome their 43-47 record and earn a wild card spot. The Phillies won't catch the Braves, but they'll blow by the Marlins, who will struggle down the stretch. The Reds can't keep up their first-half pace, but they'll hold off everyone but Milwaukee and get a wild card spot. The Dodgers, as usual, will win the NL West. The Padres surge eliminates Arizona, who are the co-leaders with the Dodgers after a 52-win first half, but will fall flat down the stretch. There you have it. AL Division winners, the Rays, the Twins, the Rangers. Wild card teams, the Yankees, the Blue Jays, the Astros. NL Division winners, the Braves, the Brewers, and the Dodgers. Wild card teams, the Phillies, the Reds, and the Padres.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
Hi, this is Dale Murray from South Georgia to Central Florida and coast to coast. The Murray Ford Superstores are still putting the customers first and cranking out the deals those big city dealers can't touch. It's no wonder everybody's driving to Murray Ford Superstore to purchase their new vehicle. It's simple. If Murray Ford Superstores doesn't have it, the manufacturer doesn't build it. Plus, you get a 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified new and pre-owned vehicle. Shazam! Holy Jesus Aruba Batman, how do we do it? There's no reason for your purchase to take all day running around with those big city dealers and being flim-flammed with those big city prices. Nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. And we'll trade anything from aluminum cans to minivans. Be American, buy Murray Ford Superstore. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray, in Stark or Kingsland. I'll be waiting for you. And remember, at any Murray Superstore, it's all about you. Shazam!
Are you embarrassed by your ugly, cracked concrete driveway? Need to enhance your home's curb appeal? Stonecore on Phillips Highway is your one-stop shop for all your outdoor needs. Replacing with new stone pavers will transform your driveway into a stunning work of art. Say goodbye to unsightly concrete and hello to beautiful, durable pavers that last for years. Visit Stonecore today and let's beautify your home together. Stonecore.co. We do outdoors better.
When you step into a courtroom, you're stepping into a fight. Someone wins, someone loses. I'm attorney Brett Hastings, and at Hastings Injury Law, we've got the experience you want in your corner if you or a loved one suffer a personal injury or a wrongful death. We're here to fight for you. So if you get hit, hit back with Hastings Injury Law, offices Jacksonville. Find us on the web at 904hitback.com or call our 24-hour helpline, 904-HITBACK.
You don't have to be a football star to get a signing bonus. The team at Republic Services needs your skills, and they're paying up to $5,000 for you to join the roster. You'll be joining a winner. As an essential business, the Republic Services trucks have not stopped rolling with hourly and weekly pay and better benefits and vacation packages than the rest of the league. Driver trainees, $1,000 sign-on bonus. CDL drivers, $3,000. Diesel mechanics, $5,000 bonus. Join the winning team at Republic Services today. Visit republicservices.com.
Equal opportunity employer. Start your Sunday off with a cup of Joe and some sports medicine intel. This is Joe C. inviting you to join me and Dr. George Bari for Breaking Bones every Sunday morning at 7:30. And if you miss an episode, just look for Breaking Bones wherever you listen to podcasts.
This is David Garrard, and after the doctors fixed my knees, I followed their recovery plan, and I'm as mobile as I was when I played in the NFL.
This is Dr. Kevin Murphy with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, where athletes are treated like pros. Thanks to all of you who have allowed us to be part of your recovery. Call us at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists if you ever have a need.
Relieve pain and get back to life. SOS. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Hey, Hicken here. Look, you guys have been hearing me talk about Zero Res for quite some time now, but there's three things that they will tell you that I agree with them about the company. They have the best process, they have the best people, and they have a promise to do the best cleaning possible every time. And by the way, they seem to always offer great deals every month. Well, guess what? July is National Carpet Cleaning Month. Ding, ding, ding. For home carpet cleaning, they're offering $49 a room. And for businesses, they're offering 20% off in July. Zero Res, man. Spell it forward, Zero Res. You spell it backwards. It's the right way to clean.
Hun, the drain really smells.
Yeah, wow, it does.
I think it's getting backed up. What should we do? Did you just quack like a duck?
Yes, I did. Duck Rooter, your plumbing pros in Northeast Florida. Need help with a plumbing issue at your home or business? Just call the Duck.
When you're stuck, call the Duck. 904-862-6769.
Hey gang, Prosser here. You know I love trivia, so let me start you with a trivia question. Did you know that only 2% of U.S. beef is graded prime? ABBQ is the only Northeast barbecue restaurant that uses only prime brisket and slow smokes using only wood. Our slow-cooked prime brisket, cooked using only wood, produces the most succulent and mouth-watering brisket you can ever taste. Come and experience the prime brisket at ABBQ. Visit it today. Satisfy your cravings for the best barbecue in town. ABBQ, meet and drink with us.
Life a little expensive right now? If you need cash, Beaches Jewelry and Pawn in Jack's Beach is ready to buy. Gold, silver coins, and flatware, guitars and guns. Beaches Jewelry and Pawn wants to buy them. See Chuck and get extra cash only at Beaches Jewelry and Pawn.
Hi, I'm Donovan Darius, former 10-year NFL strong safety for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Over the last 15 years, I've been fortunate to host over 150 sports camps here in the local area for youth ages 6 to 14. Coming up at the end of July, I'm hosting my 155th camp for kids ages 6 to 14, but I need your help. To help, all you have to do is go to DariusNextLevelTraining.com and sign up for however many kids you would like to sponsor to come. The cost is $99 for 3 days of this camp. Go to DariusNextLevelTraining.com.
At Ameris Bank, we're invested in the success of your business. Our local bankers are ready to help you improve your cash flow, optimize your operating accounts, and access financing when you need it. From treasury services and digital banking to loans and lines of credit, we offer tailored solutions to help your business thrive. At Ameris Bank, we're with you. Visit amerisbank.com/withyourbusiness or walk into one of our branches today to get started. Ameris Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. All loans subject to credit approval.
The best golfing weather is upon us, and Hidden Hills Golf Club invites you to enjoy your round of golf with us. Our warm and welcoming atmosphere and spectacular golf course keeps our customers coming back. Check us out at hiddenhillsgc.com. You'll be glad you did.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
I just saw this tweet, and this isn't to me. It just works out funny because we've been talking about it. I'm playing to Vegas in exit row. Boarding was complete with middle seat open. All passengers had walked by. I exchanged a celebratory fist bump with gentleman in window seat, suddenly tapped on shoulder by someone who sat in wrong row. Middle seat filled, crippling.
At least you're in the exit row, though. I can survive. I could survive in the exit row if it's crowded. But,
Yeah.
And to E's point, like when I say, I'm not being like super selfish. When I say I would never, ever, ever switch an aisle for a middle. I'm sure there are probably some rare exceptions where maybe I would, but at the same time, I would never, ever, ever ask someone to switch me their aisle for my middle. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
So,
And we've talked.
I get claustrophobic. We've talked. I get claustrophobic. It's real. It's not a bit. I'm not getting in there, and we'll have bigger problems in the aisle seat if you're not careful.
Compromising my comfort. You know what I'm saying, for somebody
No,
else.
it's not
It
right.
has
We
to make
pay,
sense.
and by the way, you often pay more for that aisle seat too, which is another joke in and of itself. But
Hey, shout out to Colby Halter. He was drafted 17th round by the A's. He's going to pursue his professional career. Good luck on the dream. Great career at Florida. Good Gator. Good kid. Bishop Kenny kid, and wanted to play for Florida. Went and played for Florida. Had some big moments. Big part of the College World Series team. So anyway, good luck to him. Real nice young man. So wish him nothing but the best. Going forward, solid career at Florida and really good defensively. Guys like that, you never know. You just never know. So he's going to take the shot and try to work his way up the system and see if he can get into the big leagues.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and like you said, a good Gator, very highly talented going down there, and it really, kind of fell out of favor at times this year. No.
Oh yeah.
Lost his job, and by the end of the year, and had some big hits in Omaha too.
Oh, he sure did. He sure did. So
he
also played very well, I believe, in Cape Cod last year.
Okay.
And when you play well in the Woodbat Cape Cod League, they take notice.
Okay.
That's a well, if you can play here, you can play in the big. So we'll see going forward. But anyway, congrats to him. He's a nice young man, like I said.
The Scottish Open is underway. Rory McIlroy, a first-round 64, so he's 6 under par, tied for second right now, behind the guy that I thought I had but didn't. And so that would be
you thought you
on.
had shot a 61.
I know. Yeah, has a 3-shot lead. Been on. But here's Wyndham Clark, the U.S. Open champ.
That'd be the U.S. Open.
Well, they mixed it around now with the PGA, so I got to catch myself before I remember exactly which. Oh, he chunked it. I mean, he hit that ball like a 13, 14, 16, 20 handicap. Nice. What are we trending? Are we headlining? Are we advising? What are we doing? We're trending.
Oh, he's ready.
Stay ready. You ain't got to get ready. Trending is brought to you by Pet Paradise. If they're not trending, they should be. Even the pickiest pet parent will find Pet Paradise to be the very best in all pet care providing services of anywhere you've ever been. Trust me. I've had pets for 25 years. I know the difference. Go to petparadise.com and find out why, from the grooming to the veterinary care and their New Day Vet Care, the dog obedience they have. They got climate-controlled suites for either day or long-term boarding. 24-hour pickup and drop-off at their facility out next to the airport. They have pockets of, they've got a Pet Paradise dropped in almost every pocket of our area here and all across the Southeast as well. It's Pet Paradise. Find out more at petparadise.com.
Number 5.
Larsa Pippen is back in the news.
Oh, Larsa.
Oh, Larsa.
She traumatized still?
She's traumatized.
Yeah.
So
because Mike said he wasn't in favor of the relationship.
Mike says he wasn't in favor of the relationship.
I don't know why Mike would say he's not in favor of his 32-year-old son catting around with the ex-wife and mother of 4 who was with his teammate. I don't know why that would bother Mike at all.
Would that bother you a ton?
Huh?
Would that bother you a ton? It's 32. I mean, when you say it, when I kind of was in the same mindset as you until
how
you
old is
start.
she?
I don't care. He's 32. So,
Yeah.
like, the difference between 32, is she 50? I don't know. I mean, how old is she? Under 50?
Yeah, I think she's under 50.
I guess my question is, though, is do you want to have a... If you're
I guess I wouldn't weigh in
that would
one-
bother me. Do you want to have a family? Is this your end-all, be-all? Well, then,
She's
so be it.
49.
Yeah, I wouldn't mess.
17
I wouldn't.
years?
I wouldn't have a feeling. I wouldn't have a huge one way or the other. I don't think.
Okay.
Number 4.
Now again, if he were 19 and she were 40, then I'd be like, come on, man.
So if God forbid something went wrong with me and BWR and something went wrong with your son-in-law
Man,
and
he's
your
got some
and your-
scenarios
and your
today
painter.
now. Are there nudes
And
involved
and
here?
I said, Jeff, I'd like to squire your daughter about town. You wouldn't have a problem with that.
Well, there's
Because we're teammates, right, bro?
He left out this part. You're 100, so I wouldn't let her. Yeah, so
It's 17
yeah,
years.
no,
I mean,
no, it's 17
it's
years.
It's like 30 years with
No,
that. It's the same
listen to me.
thing. Once you get past
Okay,
17.
Understand? Dan just said the 17-year difference between Larsa Pippen and little Michael is. And how old are you now? 60.
60
is the same as the 34-year difference between he and my daughter.
Well, 17,
Literally
34,
twice as long. 34-year difference. So that's a bad example.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
100%.
Square
34
your
years.
daughter about town.
I mean, 34.
I'm going to take her to a seafood dinner and never call her again.
But it's also not about what he feels about her. It's about what he feels about his own kid. But I wouldn't share my opinion either way. So I mean, I wouldn't share it. Like if I were Jordan, I wouldn't even weigh in. I don't know. He's a grown man. I mean, could do better. Maybe say that.
He said it jokingly.
Okay.
He was like walking away.
They threw a question at him, and he
Y'all
went,
didn't
no.
tell me that. Y'all told me he disapproved. I took you at your word.
But he did.
He did disapprove.
Yeah,
he said no.
Okay. But jokingly is not the same. It's not
His
like,
son said he called him and said, "Hey, man, I don't read into that."
yeah.
Meanwhile, he's sucking on a stogie in Italy with his young
I can make
wife.
the most guaranteed prediction of all time. You can't take odds anywhere. But the 32-year-old Jordan Jr. won't be with the 49-year-old Larsa for a real long time.
No. She wants to know when the trust fund's available.
Maybe. That might be right.
These questions have been trending online, so
Okay.
I'm going to ask y'all real quick.
All right.
Do you prefer self-checkout or cashier?
Cashier.
Do you?
I screw
Old
up
school.
self-cash out. I want somebody
and then
doing
you
it for
gotta
me.
call somebody
Yeah,
over
every
and
time.
every time.
Something doesn't work, or you hit it twice by
Why
accident.
won't this barcode click?
You don't know how to do it.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm
Why did
just
this
like
register
y'all.
3 times? How do I get this off?
And then I'm quick. If those cashier lines are long, I'm going to customer service to check out.
I don't
Well,
ever use. I mean, again, it's my inadequacy as a technological doofus, but I just don't want to go through all that. Now we'll say this: I have before. Like I'm not so ill-equipped that I can't in an emergency. Because unlike you, if it's like too long a line, I will use it. But I prefer the cashier by a mile.
Do you wear deodorant in the bed?
Hell yeah. Yeah.
Dan?
No.
Dan doesn't wash his legs. So.
Dan look at us like, what?
Why would you wear
I don't.
deodorant
Well,
to
hold
bed?
on. No,
If I take a shower and go to bed, I'm fine.
I don't put it on to go to bed, but if I shower before bed, I put on deodorant. Yeah, that's just more like.
As soon as I hop out of the shower, I put deodorant on.
Every
That's
time.
habit.
Yeah, every time.
Dan?
But I don't always. I don't always. Like there's morning showers and evening showers.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I mix it up. Sometimes I shower at night, and sometimes I shower in the morning.
Is it okay to use speakerphone, talk loudly, or use phone without headset in these following
No.
public places? Elevator,
No, stop it, you people. That happens too much. These people walking around. I don't like it it's somebody I know in my own house. She annoys me if she walks around the house with a speakerphone.
That drives me
Put it
crazy.
in your
when people
ear.
in public
Yeah.
with speakerphone on.
I don't like that. That's very prevalent and popular, by the way.
Doesn't bother me that much.
Yeah.
Doesn't bother me that much. But I don't do it. But it doesn't bother me that much because I don't want people to hear my conversation.
Well, that
quite
too.
honestly.
No, it's just annoying. It's noise.
Yeah.
My thing is, I know my homies. You ain't no telling what they're gonna say.
Correct.
That's true too. Yeah, but I didn't think we were talking about us. I think we're talking about having to listen to other people.
That's also why I won't do. I know my homies.
Number 3.
I'm with you there.
It's some unfortunate news. Dick Vitale has announced that he has cancer for the 3rd time.
Yeah, he's got to be
God bless him.
mid-80s.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He up there.
He thinks he can. They say he can beat it and be back doing games, but it's the vocal cords,
Yeah.
so that's the concern, I think, for Dickie
Well,
V.
it's
But
got
God
to
bless
be
him. He's had a
exhausting
wonderful.
to fight. That's a hard fight once. This guy's fought it at an
Yeah.
old age 3 times now. And
Right.
Yep.
I don't. How old is? I'd like to know.
84, I would guess.
That was my guess. Let's see. Dickie V. 41 years now at ESPN. He's 84.
Yeah.
When you think Dickie V, that's how you give me a catchphrase. What's the first thing that comes to mind?
Dickie
There's
V's
so many-
catchphrase?
To me, it was awesome, baby.
Yeah. Yeah. That's probably
the
it.
trifecta.
Diaper dandy, right?
That's-
Diaper dandy.
yeah.
I love the guy. I
Yeah,
think he's been great
he's
for
good.
college basketball. and
Uh-huh.
So some people get sick of him. I get it, but
he's
I
know
love
what
him.
he lived through where he was the caricature, and now I think he's more beloved now than he was in his prime.
Maybe
I think
they
he's
used to
got-
grab him at the game. The kids
Sure.
loved him. They'd all pass him up.
He was always, and I'll tell you this too. At his prime, I've done things with Dickie V through the years, being at a Final Four bay. He was always gracious. You
Yes.
know, he's done local interviews. He's, hand me a book. I remember one year I was in Gainesville. He was there, and I interviewed him for. We probably were First Coast News then, and he had his book with him. He had written a book recently. Handed me one of those. He's a good dude though.
Number
And
2.
by the way, and we don't make fun of him, but at the university, or as a NCAA coach, 79 and 29.
Yeah, he was good.
Detroit Mercy.
Then he jumped over
And
to
then
the Pistons.
and was bad.
Yep. He got the Ziggy.
Number 2.
Now streaming on Netflix, the 8-episode the 8 series.
You had it right the first time.
The
8
episode
episode
series.
Uh-huh.
Quarterbacks
Yep.
featuring Patrick Mahomes, Kirk Cousins, and Mariota.
I enjoyed it. It's good.
You get
Yeah.
some good behind the
Seen
scenes
the whole
footage.
thing.
Yeah, I'd say watch it.
Yeah, he's given us some. You can't
Yeah.
really have
I didn't think it was like
spoilers on something like this.
unbelievable,
Right.
but it was good. I enjoyed it. And it's
Yeah,
good.
number
I
1.
mean, it's football in July.
Correct.
So
I'll
that's
definitely
also
watch. I did
positive.
not watch it yesterday. To be honest, I kind of forgot about it until it was too late to start. But it's a perfect time to release it. In hindsight, you see why they did it. There's
Yeah.
no sports.
Yeah.
Nothing, yeah.
And
no
by the
sports.
way, we can add another day. We used to say the 2 days a year where there's no sport is the Monday and Wednesday after the All-Star game. But baseball now doesn't start back up until Friday. So really, it's today too.
Oh, we got the
With,
Scottish
with,
Open.
well, again, with no due respect to WNBA or golf or tennis or whatever. The four major sports. I'll have another day off today.
Yep.
Number 1.
Although they also televise Summer League basketball now, which they never
yeah,
did
they
before.
do. And the number one trending
Oh,
topic.
hottest topic in the world,
Oh.
brought to you by Pet Paradise, which is the hottest place to take your parents. And by hot, I mean cool. You know what I mean?
A lot of us were concerned. A lot of us didn't know. LeBron James will be returning for
Oh,
another
number
season.
one.
LeBron will be returning.
I
You know what would have
pins
been
and
better?
needles.
This
Pins
would
and needles.
It would have worked better if there would have been a lead-in of him saying before he'll announce for sure at the ESPN.
So glad he announced
because
it.
he came with this little fake joke that wasn't even funny and no one even thought it was real. And he loves him so much it's sickening, Dan.
It was heartfelt.
Like
man.
he could do nothing wrong. He's like a little kid. He's so stan over LeBron.
Did you
It's
see his suit?
just,
That boy was
gosh,
well
he
dressed.
just.
You know
when
what
my
I
guy wore that suit at the draft, you told me it was, quote, too much.
No, that was two different outfits.
I know.
You know, I asked you this.
Now I'm reaching.
I asked you this. Has LeBron ever been accepted as a Laker? And the answer in that room was no, and I kind of agree. I don't think he's ever been like, if you went into the arena and you said LeBron or Kobe, I think it'd be
for sure.
80-20
No doubt.
Kobe.
Yeah, but that's 6-1 in titles or whatever.
I
too.
think it'd be 80-20 Magic.
I bet you
think it'd be 80-20
if LeBron had gone to L.A. and he had three.
Shaq.
I think if LeBron had 3 titles right now and a chance to win a couple more, I think he would be in that category.
Yeah, but he didn't.
For sure.
Anyway, that's what's trending. Well done, E. We'll take a
He's
break and make
also
the
a
turn for
mercenary.
home when we come back. Yeah.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here. Now you can watch 1010XL.
Oh, you've worked in television?
No, but I watch a lot of it.
Search 1010XL Video, all one word, on YouTube to watch shows, podcasts, and more.
It's the little things like a peach milkshake on a warm day that makes summer sweet.
And now you can head to your local Chick-fil-A and enjoy a favorite summer treat again. Hand-spun the old-fashioned way, this refreshing milkshake features Chick-fil-A Ice Dream and peaches. It's the perfect cold treat to enjoy outside on a warm day or with friends and family after dinner. And it's here for a limited time. So swing by your local Chick-fil-A and treat yourself today.
It's storm season, and JEA is committed to keeping you informed. In the event of a storm, we'll text and email you about the status of your services. We use Facebook and Twitter to post real-time updates. Our live outage map on JEA.com lets you track restoration progress. And as crews work to restore services, our storm outreach team will be in local neighborhoods to answer your questions. Because as your community-owned utility, JEA is here to keep you safe and connected. Your community, your utility.
Prosser here for Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. With the weather now hot as can be, look ahead and get that backyard ready for fall with a new open-air or screened-in enclosure. Maximize the space you have and make it great with Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. They truly are the best in the business. So if you have the space and the idea, give them a call today. Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. Showroom just off Phillips Highway. Tell them Prosser sent you.
Calling all poker players. The summer is upon us and the excitement is heating up at Best Bet. Keep cool with our Christmas in July promotion and experience world-class poker, delicious food and drinks, and fun card games. Best Bet offers something for everyone, from tournaments to table games and daily high-hand promotions. Visit one of our locations in Jacksonville or Orange Park. Visit bestbetjacks.com for complete schedule. That's bestbetjacks.com.
Play on the edge. Stand on the edge. The Amateur's Edge. Get the Amateur's Edge. Powered by B3 Better. To learn the hidden path of top pros, amateurs, and coaches. Saturday mornings at 11 on 1010XL.
You'll now find New Day Veterinary Care at 8 local Pet Paradise. New Day is the new way in vet care for you and your pet. But let's just be upfront. Pet Paradise, now synonymous with the ultimate in care for your pet. Let's face it, he's a member of your family. And spots are filling up fast with summer travel coming up. Your pet doesn't want to miss out. You need to go to petparadise.com right now and secure your location. Pet Paradise has 8 North Florida locations to take care of all your pet health needs, from veterinary to grooming. I love the staff. Staffs are so underrated. I don't care where you're going. Every time I go into a Pet Paradise location and I see the happy pooches arriving, I don't know who's got the bigger smile. The dogs, the cats, or the staff. They've got climate-controlled suites. These hot summer months, they'll be playing in the pool. They love your pet like you do, and you're going to love Pet Paradise. PetParadise.com. Go there now.
When getting the job done right is job one, you need construction equipment that's built right. From compact track loaders to the world's #1 selling compact excavator, the Kubota construction lineup features durable Kubota engines, more comfort, and the versatility to do it all and do it right. Visit Coastal Equipment today and go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Coastal Equipment.
Coastal Equipment on New Kings Road and in McClenny.
Good people drink good beer, and great people drink Mocama, a refined craft brewery out of Fernandina Beach, Florida. Mocama Beer Company brings sophisticated flagship beers, including Cosmico IPA and Dune Garden Lager, to the greater Jacksonville area. Whether you're hitting the water with friends or enjoying a backyard barbecue, Mocama has the perfect fare for your summer activities. Look for us wherever great beers are sold and find your Mocama.
This is Hayes Carline for QC Kinetics. It's time to take control. Don't give in to that constant joint pain. Take back your quality of life today with QC Kinetics. Call them today at 904-274-5522 to set up an appointment at their Mandarin or Ponte Vedra locations. Take control with QC Kinetics. No surgery, no drugs, no downtime, no more pain in your knees, hips, shoulders, or back. QC Kinetics takes your body's own healing agents and concentrates them in the area where you have pain. You can repair and restore damaged tissue naturally through regenerative medicine. The summer is here. You need to be out there having fun, making memories, golfing, walks on the beach, enjoying your life. Take control now and start living pain-free. No surgery, no downtime. QC Kinetics has locations in Mandarin and Ponte Vedra. Call them today at 274-5522. That's 274-5522.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes, and I said yes to Yas, Dr. Mitchell Yas, and the Yas method. Now, I know you've probably tried medications, treatments, injections, even surgery. Maybe the reason you're still in pain is because they're treating the wrong thing and not addressing the root causes. Well, I know from personal experience, this does happen. But I found the best-kept secret in pain elimination, Dr. Yas and the Yas method. Call him today, 904-906-YASS, and say yes to Yas.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the 2-minute drill. Brought to you by Tire Outlet. Keeping the rubber on the road with wholesale prices and premium service. Tire Outlet, Jacksonville's largest locally owned automotive repair shop.
Dicking, Tony and Mike getting ready for Jaguars today. What you got cooking today there, friend?
We will be joined by Aaron Beasley.
Oh, Killer Bees.
Yeah, at the bottom of the 10 o'clock hour. We'll
Mhm.
check in with him as we're still getting ready for training camp.
Yes.
Obviously, a more exciting Jaguars football season than we've been preparing for in a
Yes.
while around here. So curious to talk to Beasley about his expectations for this Jaguars team going into 2023. And our question of the day today asking, which of these longtime Jacksonville players or coaches will be the next Jaguar to make it to the Pro Football Hall of Fame? If you want to vote for someone else, we included that as a category. Just please reply with the name of who you would think that would be. Tom Coughlin, Jimmy Smith, Fred Taylor, or somebody else.
Well, it's good. Tom at least got a step that you need to get to. It's amazing that he hadn't gotten
I think
this
Tom
far
will.
already.
I think Tom will
Tom
get
or
in
Fred.
before Fred.
Yeah. Tom or Fred.
I do. I hope they both get in, and I hope they both get in next year. But
I think
it'll
they'll
be
both get in. I don't know the timeline on either, but you know,
it'll be interesting. That's a good question. I like that one. So have a great show.
Thank you.
Mike and Tony, they got Jaguars today coming up momentarily. Our work is done here on a Thursday.
it is. It's been a Custom Tree Surgeons Thursday. We'll see you tomorrow morning.
The Drill on